Hi, I'm Sean from Fitz. Welcome to my channel. If you're a gamer or you like games or you like all kinds of computer games, war games, RPGs, ARPGs, space adventures, all those types of games, you've come to the right channel because this is the home of those games. I've been doing reviews, tutorials, overviews of all kinds of games and playthroughs, whatever you like to have, I will do it. All right, I love this. I love computer games. I've been a game lover since I was in my as far back as I can remember. Now, a while ago I saw a video from a guy called Alexander from the Play Aid. It's a board game company, board game guy. He likes to play board games, and he did a review of all his games he's collected through his life. All his he had hundreds of games, big boxes, board games, all the games he loved, and he went through all of them, why he liked them, why he bought them, and I thought this was a unique idea. I thought this was a unique idea. I never seen anybody on YouTube go through their Steam library. Not really. And go through all their why they had the games, why they bought them, what are their reasoning behind it. I thought this was a great video to put on my channel. I really did. So that's why I've decided to do this. I'm going to go through. I've got my Steam library open. I've got all my favorites, and I've got all my uncategorized games. I've got them in two sections, and I'll explain to you why I've got them as categorized and favorites and all this type of thing. And I'm going to go through all my games. Now, just to give you some context, I mean, I've been a game lover since I was in my early 6, 7 years old. As far as back as I can remember, my mom and dad used to buy me these Airfix. I can't remember what they were. I think they were Airfix. They're little soldiers, man. They were 20 millimeter, the Japanese, the Russian Second World War, and you got them in this box and you peeled them off. And I used to play those things to death. That was all I wanted for my Christmas holidays, And my friends used to come and play with me, but they had other interest. They liked it, and they weren't like mad about it. But I used to be mad. I used to love this sort of thing. And in our day, I mean, that was the only thing we could do. I also loved the war game side. I got into where you were painting the figures and you put them on the tables. But I didn't really love that because it was all that dice rolling and yardsticks and all this type of stuff. But I couldn't do anything else. That was the closest I could get to the hobby that I liked. There were no computers. But when the computers came on, I put all that aside immediately, because I wasn't interested in all the dice throwing and the charts and CRT, the charts and all that stuff. I mean, a computer can take care of that. All that heavy lifting is done by the computer. I want to concentrate on strategy and tactics. I don't want to sit and throw dice. So that replaced it, because I love computer games because of that. They take all that heavy lifting away. All right. And when these computers came out, I mean, I had a VIC-20, my first computer. I didn't get a 64, but I had a VIC-20, and then we got an IBM PC. And I just remember on the VIC-20, the first game I played was this adventure game. And we brought it home, put it up, and whatever. This is 82 or 83, I can't. And we put the cartridge in and played this adventure game. And you couldn't see there was no picture drawn. Like today, you got graphics, and there was none of that. It was just words. Now, you might think that's bad. That's like, today I couldn't play that. But I mean, in those days, this was all a novelty for us. We thought this was fantastic. I mean, where would you ever get a computer to play a game against you and to play this game on a computer? Or even, the chess computers that came out, where you could actually move that and you could put you could buy them and you could put the pawns, you could write in the moves and it would respond. This was amazing. We'd never seen anything like that. Remember, in the 80s, we were stuck there was no internet. There was no hope of the internet. I don't even think there was dial-up. That was only later in the late 80s. And I was in South Africa. We were deep in the apartheid area. We were sanctioned with everything. And we used to, if you wanted to send a letter to somebody, you either put them on an aeroplane or they went on a boat. That was 3 months. And we used to write letters and stuff. People used to phone overseas. We'd phone people overseas, and everybody got together and we'd speak to the person, our sister in Germany. We'd all sit and talk to her on the phone, passing the phone around. This is how it was. We didn't know any better. And I promise you, at that time, we didn't think it would get any more better than that. We thought it might change a bit. I mean, I thought in the 80s and early 80s, look, computers will get a little bit better. But in my lifetime, I'm never going to see what we see today. Maybe a little bit better. Yes, the computers, we were growing and we were getting better. But it's never going to be like it is today. I'll be dead. Maybe my grandchildren will see what we see today in the computer world. We didn't realize it was going to go that quick. We thought this sitting in the non-internet age was going to last for like 100 years. That's how we thought. We didn't know any different because it was all new, you know. So just to understand the concept, I would buy one game a month. What we are, one every 2 months or whatever. And we buy one. I'll never forget, I bought this Gettysburg SSI, Strategic Simulations. And there was a Gettysburg one and an Antietam one. And it was down at a local shop. We had a little shop that would sell that. And I went and bought the Gettysburg one. And I took it home and I remember the manual. I read that through. That's how we used to do, read it through. And we'd play the game till it was finished. Harpoon was the same. I remember buying a Harpoon game. I played that in the weekend. I played all 12 scenarios in the Allied side. And the Soviet side, I played all 12 and I was finished with the game. I didn't think of any other game. That was the game I had. That was all we did, buy at the shop. And we spent that and we played that till it was finished. There wasn't lots in the shop. So I remember taking this, getting back to Gettysburg, taking this Gettysburg drink of tea thing, the game, went through everything, and I found there was some kind of bug in this thing. This thing wasn't something to do with the terrain or whatever, and I played it over and it wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing. Now, I'd never heard of this. You know, in our days, we used to treat like the early computers like they were like finished products. I mean, if my TV broke and there was a dial missing, I'd send it back. We didn't, and if we bought a new TV, we didn't expect the dials not to work and whatever. The same we treated computers. We bought this finished product and it's finished. It's supposed to be working. Well, what's all this stuff that's got off broken? So I sent it back with my dad to the place. And I sent it with my dad because I was ashamed. In those days, even in my teens, I was ashamed to play games. So I sent it to my dad. My dad went there, said to her, you know, there's something wrong with it. And she said, oh, she'll send it off. She didn't know what it was. She'll send it off to the agent, and they will. I never heard from them. Nobody came back and fixed your faults. You lived with what you had. If the thing wasn't working out of the box, it's just too bad. You couldn't go phone the company. They didn't even know where you were. You were lucky to go. And they used to come and go, those companies. They come in and out of business. So that's how we used to, I mean, I never forget the VIC-20 programming. I tried to write little game programs. I was fascinated. I spent hours on it, writing little game programs and whatever. But my true love was playing games. And even the graphics, we didn't think the graphics were bad in those days, even though they're terrible now. I can't go back and play them. I think now, if I think of all these graphics were, and when I go back and play my old, I can't play them now. Like, you can't. Let's be honest. You try and go and look at those graphics now. You can't with what you have today. But then this was a novelty. We didn't care. We were just amazed that they could actually put that small graphic on the screen and it went and moved. It moved and it fought and whatever. We were amazed they could do that. We'd never seen anything like this. This was a novelty. And I think the thing is, I think that's what's happened to gaming today, is we've lost the novelty factor of it. We've lost the nostalgic feeling we had when computers came out and how unique and different they were. We've lost all that. That's why games today, I don't get I love games, but I don't necessarily get as much enjoyment out of them as I used to, because that novelty factor is gone. We've lost the nostalgia. Now we can get games, all kinds of games, cheap everywhere. You know? So in the 80s, that's how it was. That's how we were. And, you know, I was a closet gamer. before most of my life, because in our day, I mean, I'm 60 years old now, but when I was in my tens and teens and whatever, people used to frown upon that. They didn't understand it was new, and they used to frown. I mean, what are you doing here? You go get a job or something. What do you? People used to confuse or link gamers to being lazy, no ambition, no whatever, and they still do today. Not so much, but they still do today. And they used to like, what's the matter with you? What are you doing here at home? You're playing games. Where are you going to go as a gamer? What kind of future do you expect? You got no ambition in your life. That's how it was. So I used to be a closet gamer. I never forget. Um, One day I was in my late 20s, mid to late 20s. I was playing games still. I had a job, and these teenagers, I don't know, they came to my house for something, and they saw me playing these games, and they were like shocked by this. What? You're a 20-year-old man now. Why are you playing games? They like games. You should have grown out of this by now. It should be. My mom used to think, oh, you grow out of it. I used to think that. I used to think, hey, you know what? This phase, I mean, this is not supposed to be. I don't know why I have this passion for this, but I'm gonna grow out of it. I never grew out of it. Even at 60 now, I'm more passionate about games than I was 20 in the 10s and 20s. I never grew out of it. And today, I don't care what people tell me. It's like I can source my life. I take care of my own life. I can pay for my own life. They can go. Whatever they think is not important, because they still today, the majority of the world doesn't play games, and they're still in the back of their minds like, why don't you go and get a job? Or are you playing games yet? What's the story? That laziness feeling that you get. But I don't worry anymore, because I can source my own, but times has changed. But in those days, it was like awkward. And I thought I never knew, and I used to think, hey, Sean, when are you going to grow out of this, man? You can't, and I'll be back playing games. It's stuck in our blood. We are born with it. Us gamers are born with games. I don't know if it's just, and I know I'm going on a tangent now. I'm going to start now with the video. With this video to explain this, but I think the fact that it takes us to other worlds, we can immerse ourselves in other worlds. I mean, what's the chance of you? Let's just take the Roman times, just for example, the Roman army. Let's take for you the Roman army, and you are now put in charge of the Roman. What's the chance of you going back in history and commanding a Roman legion? What's the chance of that? There's no chance of that, but you can simulate it. You can actually go and feel what it was like by taking on a game. A game can put you in that circumstance where you can make those decisions, and you couldn't do that in real life. You will never be able to. You can't go back in history and do that. And I think that feeling of being able to be put and experience a world that you would never be able to experience, that you always loved and would like to experience, is part of it. It's just one part of it, but it is part of it, and for me, that's a big part. You understand? So, and that's the reason why we play games. It's really the reason why we play games. All right, so I think I should start. I think I should start with my video here, just to give you a background as to why I'm fascinated with games, and part of why I'm fascinated. All right, so here's my Steam library. There's my favorites and my uncategorized. And I'm going to start with the bottom part, the XCOM 2 uncategorized, and why I got this as an uncategorized, and why it's, just to give you some context. How do I choose games? I always, let's go to the store and pick let's just go and pick one from let's pick this XCOM. When I decide to choose a game, I always choose only very positive. All right, I see this says mixed, but it was very positive. It's only recent now mixed. But I always choose very positive. And if it's an older game, you can trust those. And I might take positive, or these are the reviews. I might take positive, or maybe mostly positive, if I can get somebody like a top reviewer on YouTube to give it mitigation as to why, or I read the comments. I always read the comments, and I always look at the negative comments. I don't read the yes guys. They always gonna be fans of the thing. I always read the negative comments, and I look for things like, the company's been abandoned. The game has been abandoned. If those sort of things, those are big red flags for me. I won't buy the game. You know, there's no more patches. They're moving on to a new game. That's not why I'm interested. AI is bad. AI is very important. I just want to touch on this. Today, the guys are copping out on the AI in games. They're copping out on it. All they're doing is they're making a basic AI, and then they putting on cheats onto the AI so it makes it stronger. That's all they're doing. They're not improving the AI. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of bullshit. Sid Meier's Gettysburg was one of the best ever games for AI. The AI in that game was tops. Go play that game on hard AI and see if you can beat it. It's that good. It is that damn good. Now, Sid Meier made that game like that, with the AI like that, because he made a point of making the AI. And in that simple little sprite game like that, with a few little 100 megabytes of, a few megabytes of size and whatever, he could make a game that was, AI was that good. These games, these programmers, they've got tons of time, they've got all these resources, and they can't make a functional AI. They can't. It's disgusting. They're copping out, and they say, "Oh, here's the AI," and then they make it stronger by just giving it extra resources. It's a cop out. Go look back at Sid Meier's Gettysburg. What a fantastic AI that was. One of the best AIs I've ever seen. I could never beat it on the strongest difficulty. It was that good. The AI. He used to flank you. How did he do it? I'm asking you guys as developers, how did he do it? And on that small little program with limited resources, you can also do it, but they don't focus on it. They don't care about the AI. So I'm going on a tangent because I like to play single player. I don't play multiplayer. I'm not into this like Russian whatever, try and dominate. I like playing with historical circumstances to see what the people at that time were, with their limited resources, were able to do. So I like to play against a fair AI. I don't like to have the AI have combat bonuses and whatever. I don't like it because it's not realistic. So I like to, so AI must be good for me. All right. So I look for things like the bad AI. If I find things where, I don't know if some of them would have it here, personal things like, I don't like the interface. That's preference-based things. So I read the comments of not recommended. All these guys that, like you see here, all these guys that said they didn't like it and whatever, I read those comments before I buy it. Those are the most important, not the yes men. They always say yes. The ones that say, and then I evaluate that and I watch videos and whatever. But preferably, I always take a very, very positive. It was very positive. Now it's mixed. But I always take a very positive or a mostly positive. I never take anything lower than that, unless mitigating circumstances I've saw, like you'll see if you look at my where is it now? No, it's not in here. Let me go to the library here where I can see my sorry man, let me just go to the store here so I can see. Okay, I just wanted to look at my wish list. Where's my wish list? Yeah, there it is. Sorry, man. I always forget. I always put the wish. Like on my wish list, you'll see here. I'll give you an example of a game that I just to give you an idea of how to, like Distant Worlds. I think this is mixed. Oh, it's very positive. But let me tell you, a few months ago it was mixed, and I had it on my wish list. The reason is I went and watched a video about Dad's Tactic, and he explained why. Distant Worlds 2 was mixed. It's because the people didn't understand what the game was about. It's a simulation more than a game. And you'll find that people comment on it that say the negative things about it would say that. So you need to read the comments really before you buy them. But mainly, as I said, very positive, and then mitigating factors. Read all the negative comments. And also watch a few videos. It takes about 2 days for me to take a game. And then I'll take it. And I'm not always right. sometimes a game for me is just horrible, even though everybody else has loved it. I find many games that everybody's given raven love for, like the Civ games, the Civilization games. I hate all those games. Never liked it. I couldn't get into it. There's one Civilization I'll tell you about, which was different. But against the grain, I thought I should like it. All these people do like it, but you're an individual person. You don't always like what that game's about, what those games are, and that's so. I've taken a lot of games that I've played through that weren't for me. All right, so it happens. Even though the crowd loves it, you might not love it. All right, so let's start. XCOM 2. The reason I have this one, I took it out, I played a little bit, about 4 hours of it, and I couldn't get into it. I love the XCOM gameplay loop with the soldiers and the movement, tactical combat. I just couldn't get into it. I felt that it was rushing me all over the place. For example, I don't want to go long onto each game because you've got like 100 games to go through, but all the menus, like the medical bay, you never had time to sit and evaluate where you were. You in the medical bay, then you were zoomed off to some other place, and then there was a mission, and you were zoomed, and you find yourself on the mission. There was never a place, and I don't know if it was me in the beginning, but I didn't like that. I like to stop and be able to take a breath. And in this game, not even in the loading screens, you couldn't even get to the medical screen, stop there and look at the medical. You were zoomed off somewhere else, and then zoomed here and zoomed there. I thought it was all over the place. I didn't like it. Maybe if I spent more time with it, but I just didn't really like it. All right, workers and resources. Now, I love city building games. I love city building games, games in the wilderness, survival city games. I love all of that. I love the complexities. I'm a SimCity fan. I was one since I was small. SimCity 2000 was my favorite one. SimCity 3000 and 4, I loved them all. The thing is with this game is it's complicated. And that's why I have it here. It's just every time I get into it, every time I want to play it, I go through the manual and I look at the game and I start the game and I go, hey, tomorrow I'll look at it. It's this type of game. It's just so integrated. There's so much, the getting the cement and putting the cement together with the bricks together. And I'm thinking I should love it. I love complicated games. I really do. I just never can get into it. And even I've tried many times to come and I just like, hey, it's just too much. I've changed since I was a small teenager. When I was in my 20s and whatever, I used to take complexity on. Like Gary Gisby's World in the East 2. This was nothing for me. I wanted the manuals. I wanted 10 manuals. I wanted to spend the first month going through all the manuals. And I'd go through everything, write out the charts. That's how I was. And I've changed since then. Today, I want to take away complexity. I want to get away from it. If it's too complicated, I don't want it. I don't want to get in. And then I used to know that I used to realize that I love those games. So I buy these games because I liked those games in the past, but I'm not that type of player anymore. Not that way. Not like that. So I've kept it on the back burner. I love these type of games. I'll come back to it. All right, it's not a bad game. It's a great game. It's for me at the moment. It's not for me. Before I carry on, let me just explain. Today, you've got so much of a choice of games, and I think that's why gamers don't play through games. They find people don't. We used to finish games, and you don't finish games. There's just so many games. Like, for example, I've got to play. These are my favorites. These are on my deathbed. I've got to play, right, before I die. And I'm thinking, each one of these games is so, the replayability of each one of the games is so great. Gary Griswold's War in the East 2, there's so many nuances. I could spend the rest of my life playing this game. But I don't want to because I like other genres. So every time I start a game like that and I start playing it in deeply and it takes my life away, I'm thinking of Modern Operations. I'm thinking of that while I'm playing this game. And I jump back into that and start playing that. I can never finish a game. And there's more games coming on the market. Like just the other day, We Go in World War II Stalingrad. Big, deep, intense game. And I'm like, yeah, take it on. But ever I'm going to play it. When? I don't want to sit now and get involved in it because this is a 5-year-old game. You could spend 20 years on it. You could deal deathbed. So there's such a proliferation of games, and there's no time to play them. I mean, you look at all these. This is just a couple of 50. What I've got 28 here that all got replayability, and I can't. And then I've got all these ones I'm still coming back to. So just to give you an idea of why we are like this today, I thought I'd just touch on it. I didn't bring it up earlier. Okay, so Wasteland 3, Wasteland 2, director's cut. Okay, Wastelands 2 came with Wastelands 2. I got it on a high special. Loved this game in the beginning when I had it years ago. Love the complexity, the XCOM play, RPG. I just can't get into it now. I don't know. It's not firing my bum. It's not my back. It's not firing me up. I don't know. I try to play it. I try to get into it. It doesn't grab me. And maybe there's better games out there. And the same for Wasteland 3. I find Wasteland 3 very kooky. I never played it much. I mean, I'm 71 minutes. There's nothing there. But I couldn't. After an hour where this is something you want to come back to. Maybe I'll come back in a later stage. But for me at the moment, not for me. I couldn't. I just couldn't get into it. Not for me at the moment. Okay. But they're great games. Nothing to say to them. Unity of Command 2. This should be a great game. I should love this game, but I don't. And I bought the whole thing and I always, when I buy a game, I buy all the DLCs. I mean, why would you buy them without all their DLCs? Those DLCs flesh out a game. Why would you ever buy a game without all the DLCs? Besides for price. But the thing is, they flesh out the game. They give you the whole experience. I never buy a game without the DLCs. Bought all the DLCs, and I just never. I think it's maybe the jankiness or the quirkiness of the graphics. It doesn't feel like a World War II game. Maybe it's that immersive atmosphere, puzzly maybe. And I do love puzzle games. I mean, Panzer Corps, Panzer General. I love those types of games. It's just, I don't know. Maybe the mechanics are too much in it. I find the mechanics for the headquarters is too much. I mean, there's not the mechanics aren't simple enough. The supply is great. The supply parts of it is great, but the mechanics of the HQs, all the mechanics like set piece, whatever, I didn't find them as impactful, and I find it too much. So I don't even know what to do. What must I do? Set piece. I just found the game not complicated, but it didn't grab me. The mechanics didn't get to me. So maybe later in my life I might change my mind, but at the moment, no. And everybody loves this. Unity Command is by everybody. For me, no. U-Boat, I installed this game. I bought this game. And a lot of the times I'll buy games that are good games that are on special. And I'll buy this. And I got this at a deep discount of 90%. I loved, I'm not going to say loved U-Boat Simulations. I had Silent Service 1, I had Silent Service 2 by Sid Meier. I had another U-Boat thing. I took the 688 Attack, Silent Hunter 3. I loved U-Boat. That was then. I can't get into them now. I don't know why. I just, there's that feeling, that nostalgic feeling of the Second World War. U-Boat Command has gone from me. It's gone. It used to be with me, but it's not with me anymore, and I can't get into it. This is a great game. This is a fantastic game. If you get this, if you're into U-Boats, but really into U-Boats, go buy this. This is a great game. I got it for like $90. Cheap. I'll maybe come back to this, but at the moment I don't feel the U-Boat like I used to. And that's because of nostalgia. I'm telling you now, when we bought a game, if I bought this in the 80s, I would have sat and played this, read all the manuals, whatever, because there was no other U-Boat. I mean, when I bought Silent Service, there was no other U-Boat simulators on the market. None, that was only one. And it went through all the charts and the history, and I loved it, and I went through it, but they're a dime a dozen today. There's lots of these boats and whatever, and this one's overcomplicated with lots of stuff and dials and realistic, and it doesn't get me off my chair. Right, so yeah, but maybe later. It's not a bad game. Shogun 2, I only bought this from nostalgia. I bought this because I wanted to have a copy of this. tried to play this. I also can't. Also can't. A lot of the Total Wars I just can't play. I like the mechanics of moving. Not just because in the background I know the AI is bad, but you can get AI mods. But I just can't play this game. I don't know. I've tried a few times. Maybe it's the Japanese history that I'm not really into because I'm not a big fan of Japanese history. So I think that's part of it. But because of its name and because of its greatness, I bought it. Just because it is such a good game that I know that people love and people have raved about, but not me myself. Maybe I'll change, maybe not. Yeah, who knows? Pharaoh I'm going to talk about because I have Pharaoh Dynasties in my favorites. So I won't talk about it now. I'll leave that because it is in my favorites up here. So I'll come back to that when I get to my favorites. Medieval is another one. Even in my previous channel, I had a channel called Combat Simulations, and I played this Medieval 2 based on its name, based on its pedigree. And it was okay. I mean, it was the old Total War. I sort of enjoyed that whole campaign, but I didn't love it. I didn't feel like, when you play a game, when you know a game's good, it's on your mind all the time. I'll be in the shopping market and I'm thinking of that game. I'll be at work and I'm thinking, what are the strategies? What must I do? If I'm in that mode, if I'm thinking like that out of the game, I know it's a good game for me. And I wasn't like this with this game. I was actually a chore sometimes to play it. And it's a great game. I mean, it's a great game. I had all the mods on it and whatever. And also the medieval period's not my favorite. I'll play medieval. I like that warfare, anything with it. But the medieval period is not my favorite. So maybe a combination of all that. I just couldn't get into it. So that's not a bad. To end all wars, this is a game I bought because I love the AOGD system of Ouija. And I wanted to know how it would play in the First World War. It's not a really good game. It wasn't patched a lot, so there's only one little patch for it, so I'm sure there's lots of bugs. So I won't play it because of that. And there's been a lot of complaints I read about it, but I bought it a few years ago when I thought I would like this sort of thing, and I enjoyed, the whole process of, if you know about and I've got it, I think I've got one, yeah, the AOGD. It's a simultaneous movement game, and I love simultaneous movement. I think that's better than I go, you go, because it's more realistic. And AGO, I can't pronounce it, but you know what? You probably heard of them. They made Civil War, they made Rise of Prussia, which are all great games. But this one fell flat with me. I don't know. I didn't like it. This one I've never played. I had a browse of it, browse through it. I never got into it much. They say it's a great. I bought it on nostalgia. I bought it because I wanted to support developers. There were people that loved this game. I don't like any games without combat. There must be some form of combat in a game. I don't like adventure stories where there's no combat. Maybe I'm a I don't know. I just don't like it if there's no film of combat in any games. I never buy games without forms of combat in them. And there is combat in this, but not. It's about the survival. This is game surviving a war and getting through it, and it really appealed to me. So maybe in a few years I'd come back to this, but not now. Right? Love this Take Command. The only problem is lots of bugs, and that's why I've got Gettysburg Scourge of War now. You'll see my favorite list. I loved this Take Command when it came out, and I loved it when I got it again, but there were too many bugs in it, especially with the community patch. The community patch ruined this game for me. It messed up. They messed up all the maps. They got the maps wrong. You were playing on the wrong maps. I don't know what happened to the community patch. I downloaded it. It improved a lot of things, but it messed a lot of things up. So I put this game aside, put it away. Used to love this Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. I even belonged to the Forever Super Commander. I think that there's that the group that's Forever Super Commander, Forever Forged Alliance or whatever. They still today, they've patched this game through and through. They made it completely that it's working or whatever. It's a online game that I've signed up to and whatever. But I loved it then when it came out. I don't know. I can't get back into it. I've tried a few times and Yeah, I didn't like it. I'm not interested in it. There's no feeling there. I don't know. Which there was a lot. Stronghold Crusader. I bought this purely because I loved Stronghold Crusader when it came out. I played it to death. I never forget when I was married. I was playing that. My wife used to say to me, get off the computer." And this was the game that held me. I bought it again because it's HD, and I thought this is going to make a difference. I mean, I really can't today. Can't today. I don't know. With the new graphics we're getting today, when you go into a game and you see these types of graphics, I mean, really, how can you play it? I mean, today that's how, because you move with the times. What was nostalgic and was great then is not great today. You won't play those games today. If you took me back to the 80s and to Silent Service, I got pictures of it in my mind. I loved it. Submarine. But if you took me back to play it now, I would think, geez, it's a real shit game, and the graphics are so terrible. The same I felt for this. Not that the graphics are bad; the graphics are great for the day. I just based this purchase on nostalgia. You understand? Yeah. And then I went and bought. I thought maybe I could buy. I bought the extreme one, hoping it would. It's the same nostalgia. Then I bought Stronghold 2. I was hoping more of Stronghold Crusaders. I was hoping it'd be more like that, and I thought to myself the graphics will be better. It's the second version. It's just this cuck. Let me be honest. It's cuck. It's cuck. It might be a great game to play and whatever. But the graphic, you can't just close your eyes. You know, in the old days, I used to think that, any kind of graphic going was great and whatever. But today, I'm not accepting this type of stuff. Like, these graphics are terrible. Well, not so much on Crusader 2, but on Stronghold. And I can't immerse myself when I'm looking at those graphics. It's just they didn't make them like they make them today. So unfortunately, for some reason, this turns me off. Strategic Command World in War, I love, and I would have it in my favorites, but the AI turned me off this game so bad. The AI turned me off. I watched the historical gamer play this game, and he's not a great uh, strategic command world at war. He just played it ad hoc, and he wiped the Allies' asses. He wiped them. He took over Europe, but he was just playing casually. And I thought, hey, you know what? Why would I put myself through that if the AI is so bad in this game? I think what they did was they took the World War One AI is good, and I've got that in my favorites. But this game, there was just too much. There was just too much to try and juggle in the AI here. And he just took it over like a breeze. And I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to be playing this, and I don't want to just sit and take. I want a challenge. I want the computer to give me a challenge. So that turned me off. There's some more things can turn me off, eh? And that turned me off. I'll put that in there. Steering Abyss, I had this before Steam. I bought this off a Matrix site. Great, great, great game. I must come back and play it. I just don't have a feeling for it anymore. I tried it the other day to play it. The graphics aren't bad. The graphics are great. There's nothing wrong with the game. It is a great game. It's such a good game. I mean, the graphics are good. The whole premise behind it, the whole premise, you've got these three sailors, and you searching the at each of the certain undersea, and you're sending out these sailors to look for clues and find your crewmates and stuff. It's brilliant, brilliant on your sea stuff. But for some reason, I don't know. I don't. I've got. The thing is, I've got two. These are my core games, and I don't want to take away time from these games because I want to play a not so. It's sort of okay game for me now, but I've got these core games to play. So I've got too many games ahead of it. Too many games that I feel more important. Songs of Conquest. I love the Songs of Conquest. The reason why I bought Songs of Conquest is because it was an update to Heroes of Magic, Might and Magic 3, which was the all-time favorite, best ever game in the series of that. And I took this game, and when I bought it, I loved it. I loved the bits and pieces, and then I watched the guy as well. Also, just wiped the AI clean, and I thought, and I didn't like the. I know I'm being picky, but this is what turned me off it. I didn't like the building tree. I just found it very confusing. You build this and you can't build that, and you got to wait like 2 turns for that. I just found the building tree was confusing for me. I could never get into it. It was just all over the place. It wasn't like structured. I like games that are structured so you know where you're going. And it wasn't structured, the building tree. I still like it. I'll maybe come back. It's not as good as my favorites, but I might come back and do it. It's still a great game. They're updating it all the time. So it is still a great game, but not now. Okay. Silent Hunter, Wolves of the Pacific, and and Silent Hunter 3. Both, I bought all this package all together. Cheap. And the problem with Silent Hunter Pacific, it keeps crashing on me. Keeps crashing. Even after the update, Wolves in the Pacific, even though they patched it all, it keeps crashing at various places. It's got anomalies. Turned me off it. I really couldn't. Silent Hunter I had before. You see my channel before. I had Silent, and I've had it before in the past. Love Silent Hunter 3, but now I don't. I'm not turned on by World War II submarine games. I'm not turned on by them. I don't feel excited by them. I find that they bore the shit out of me. I'm not just putting it. In the past, I used to. This was part of it. I loved it. It's just how I've changed. I tried to bring back the nostalgia of having a submarine simulator, but it's not. It just doesn't do it for me this time. I found it to be boring and whatever. I tried to play it. Maybe it's the fact that you can only play so long with a career, and then the guys would fall out, and I don't know. It's not like I know you have a thing where you keep a record of all the kills you've done and whatever, but it's not a flight simulator. So I don't know. I won't play this one because there's still lots of bugs. I'll play this other one here. If I ever do come back to it, I'll play that one. Okay, but I won't come back to Silent Hunter. Now here's the thing. Civilization 5. Let me just tell you where I sit with this. I hate Civilization games. I've always hated them. From the first one, even though it was made in 1989 something, the first Civilization. I played all kinds of strategy games, and I played everything, and it was a time when but I still, even at that time, I didn't like this Civilization. I didn't like it. I tried to get into it, this growing your. I find it's ahistorical in not a nice way, not a historical way. It tries to put history all together in one big clump. And that's okay. I didn't like the mechanics. I didn't like how it was. You got this one leader that never aged. There were some things of it that just turned me off. And some of the graphics turned me off too. I just didn't like it. And it was also, and I tried to play them. I used to sit and think, hey, why don't I like this? I tried to play them. Just didn't like it. For some reason, I just couldn't put a finger on it. So I saw there's a Steam sale about a year or two ago, and I was browsing it, and I saw this Sid Meier's Civilization 5. And I thought, you hate this sort of thing. But it was so cheap. It was like 10 Rand or something. And that was for the whole thing. The DLCs as well, Brave New World, and all of that. So I thought, take it down. Just this nostalgia. Put it on PC, left it there for a while. I thought, I might as well have a look at this. I loaded up a game, and I promise you it was in the morning. And I ended the game at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I loaded it up at like 8 of that day, 8 a.m. I was completely hooked by this game. I love this game. Just for some reason, though, it wasn't necessarily the hexes that they converted it now to hexes. The graphics or something. There was just something about this game with the civs. What do they call that tree? Your civ tree, and then your technology. I just loved this game. It immersed me. I'd never been a Civilization. I always used to hate it. I loved the Civilization. Loved it. And I got into it. And it's the first game now where I'm starting to realize I'm at the shop and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. I'm down the road playing badminton, and I'm thinking, we must finish the set now. I need to go back. There's something I need to do. And I nearly realized this was a great game. And I never liked any of this. You can't even play 4 now. And this came with 4. See 4 here? 4 years with the one before this. This is a horrible game. I hated 4. And I still hate it. Something about 5. And then the community patch also added to this. Improved the AI. Not giving it extra bonuses, just improved the way the AI played. And the AI was good. The AI became good and competitive and whatever. And I was, love it. And I played. Why don't I have it now installed? It doesn't work properly in Windows 11. When I played this game and I had it, was on Windows 10. And I've tried twice now to download this game onto my computer and load it up. For some reason, in Windows 11, it doesn't get the resolution right. So it only goes up to, I think it was 1000 by 8 by 700. You know, the old resolution? And I got this little screen with the blocks on the side. I can't get it better. I've tried everything. And it doesn't pick it up. It doesn't pick it up. And I've downloaded, tried everything, read on the websites, tried Windows 11. Can't play this game like that. And I keep it there because I'll bring it down every now and then and see if they've patched it. If they've been able to patch it so I could play it. Can't play it properly. It just doesn't. And a lot of the options aren't clicked in. Like some of the options where I don't know, some of the options that you can put on this thing, it's not available, which is supposed to be available, but not in Windows 11. So there's a whole problem with Windows 11 with this game for some reason. So it's not playable for me. All right, but one day, it'll move into my favorites if it was, but I can't play it. I can't get it done. I got, Windows 11, the latest, and they're not going to change. I'm not downgrading to Windows 10 because I love Windows 11. All right, so this Beyond the Sword, I don't like it. I hated it. Civ 4, I never liked it. I tried to like it, but never liked it. All right, I'm just going to take a break. I need to have a wee. Yeah, I came back. I forgot. Sorry, I should have told you. I just paused the video so I could just go and have a wee. I took a break to have a wee and drink some water. So I just paused the video now. And I should have said I paused. I didn't tell you. So, okay, where were we? SSG Operation. This is a whole series of board game-like games of these SSG scenarios. This is a money grab. I like some of these scenarios, but the guy that makes this, and he's from AOG, he's that French guy, and I love AOG games, but this is a money grab. He takes all these games, he repackages it. If you look at let me give you an idea. All the games, right down to the American Civil War, all like in this format. This format of like these guys with the cards and whatever, they fall like this. Let me give you an idea. This is, like these cards and whatever. It's all the same format. So what this guy does, I'm just browsing through it just to show you. What he does with these series of games, he takes, and these cards and whatever. He takes one game, perfects it, right? Oh, where am I now? Sorry, man. Oh, yeah. He takes one game, he perfects it, then he copies the mechanics to every other game. And that's why he's able to, you see these GS games coming out like every 2 months is a new one of Finland, one of the, because he's just taking the mechanic, and he never comes back and fix any bugs in the game. Never. These games have got bugs from the first, some of these games from the first, like S's Battle for, he fixed one bug and then they leave it, and he's gone on to the next one. It's just a money grab. I don't support him anymore. I like, the games are good. Don't get me wrong. The games are fantastic. They're really good, and I enjoyed some of them. But there's bugs on there that he doesn't come back and fix. Like these bugs on the We Are the People or the American War of Independence game he's got. He never come back and fix. Never. He leaves it. Even when you report it, he's not interested. He's only interested in the money, and only interested in turning these games out. I don't like that. I don't like that from a developer. But having said that, these games are good. And the bugs aren't that significant. But he just leaves it, and he makes a new one, and he makes them all in this format, all in this type of format. He'll take one game and he'll repackage it with the same mechanics. Instead of having like the cavalry, you put a soldier in, it's same mechanics, see, same format. And that's how he's able to churn hundreds of them. It's a money grab. And he doesn't give a shit about the people. So I don't like that. That's something I don't like. But otherwise, the series of games are good. And that's one of the reasons I don't have it on here. It's because he's like that. And because the games are mid. If you play through them, there's no real reason to play them again. You know, they're not so replayable. But they're alright. Scourge of War Remastered. I don't know why I bought this. I love the. You'll see I've got Scourge of War Gettysburg, which is in my favorites. I don't like the Waterloo French Waterloo campaign. I'm not fond of the Napoleonic era with the funny plumes and whatever. I'm not a fan of that. But I bought this because it was a remaster and because I love this fighting, the way they've done this. I love the way that all the soldiers on the battlefield. But I played and I couldn't get into it. I don't know the cavalry, what to do with them, and the dragoons and the horse archers and the Philippine. There's too many different units and they all can do this, that, and the other, and they all look they look shit, man, with their funny kilts and whatever. This is a period, their plumes and whatever. This is a period I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of Napoleonics. It has to be a great Napoleonics game to bring me in. I used to be a great fan of this. I used to like the Napoleonics. I've turned off it. I don't like it so much. The American Civil War is different. I love the American Civil War, and I have the Gettysburg one. I bought the Gettysburg one, but I shouldn't have bought this. I bought this because I thought I'd like it. Don't like it. It's not really. So I left it there. Rule of Waves. This was a crap game. I'm telling you now, this is a crap game. And what's irritated me about this game is this guy sold this game at top premium price, 330 Rand. And I bought it because I think it's a crap game. I bought it on the premise that I watched another YouTuber raise and praise the game, and everybody loves the game mostly and was very positive. And you can draw out that you want to play this game, good luck. I hate it. I think it's a crap game. It's a large spreadsheet game. It's just, and the guy that, let me give you an example. This is really what you're looking at, this type of thing. And it was full of bugs when I got it. And there's no sound in it. And this guy that wrote this game, he's got 40% off it. That's expensive at 40%. This thing costs 330 Rand. That's expensive for a game like this. A little spreadsheet game like this. And that's really what it is. And you play it with the navies, the different naval countries, and you can play up to 1970 or whatever. And you follow their doctrines and whatever. And sure, you can build ships. This type of game, let me tell you, this type of game in the 80s would have been great. Would have been great. This is an 80s game. Okay, it would have been more than for the 80s. It would have been great for the 80s. I would have raved about this in the 80s. But today, to give a product like this, big spreadsheet product with no real fidelity, no real gameplay loop, and just this is a crap game. I don't know why I bought it. I played it a while. I even put it on my channel. I was like getting into it and trying to play it. To be honest review, I didn't like this game. Even though I don't know why these guys are reviewing it so great. I love the spreadsheet simulators and all this type of stuff. Not for me. Don't like it. Don't like the approach to it. Don't like the premises and building the battleships and whatever. Used to love this type of thing, but I don't like this. I don't like that particularly. And the goals for him to price it at 330, like top of the range. It's not like a 100 Rand game. He's gone and asked for top range. I wish I could give it back. I don't like the game. I didn't like it. All right, Rise of the Red Sun. I never played this, really. You can see I've got 21 minutes in it. Didn't like the premises. I'm not interested in Chinese history. I got this as a free game from this developer who gave me... where was it here? It comes with Jay's Empire. Well, I'll get to it. There's a game... Battle for Russia, World War II. I'll show you it. It's in my list here. I just can't find it. I never played this. I'm not interested in Chinese history, so I never could get into that. Rise of Prussia, I loved, but I loved the American Civil War version of this, the other one. Yeah, this AOG had, I don't know, AGOD. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. They had Birth of America 1 and 2. This was American War of Independence. Okay games, good, great games. The ACW, more American Civil War, not the second one, the first one. First one is far better than the second one, and the graphics in that were far better. It was a very dinky toy. It had lovely card sort of driven graphics. It was beautiful. The ACW. I loved that. Loved that. AI was a bit weak because I wiped out the AI. I was just hoping to get better and better AI. I went search for all the patches. With the latest patch on that game, the AI is pretty competent. But I loved that game. And Rise of Prussia, I could never get into it. Also, same sort of developer, AGOD. Love the simultaneous turn type games. But this game had a lot of bugs. And also, for some reason, now this is the first time the graphics sort of put me off. It's very, I don't know, I can't explain it. If you look at American Civil War version, which I think is the best he ever made, the graphics in there were just the grass and the terrain. Everything was drawn in like a little dinky toy. Even dinky toys, but in a nice way. It was just lush. The way it was done was just and I could never get the feel with Rise of Prussia, and I didn't like this type of warfare and the way they recruited troops. In American Civil War, you recruited troops directly from the populace. In Rise of Prussia, you had to go and wait for seasons. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. I wasn't really into the Rise of Prussia, so I've got it there. I don't think I'll ever play it again. Rise of Nations, greatest game ever. One of the greatest games ever made. The reason it's here is because of also age, and also I might still put it into my favorites, but there's games ahead of it. There's games ahead of it, but at the moment, recent games. But I've got it in here, and there's also a bug in this game, this version of the game, where certain units don't attack now because there's certain bugs in this game but they overcome. There's a program that you can overcome these bugs. But all-time great. I think I put it here because I played this to death. I played too much. I burnt myself out on this game. Such a good game. Such a good game. But there's better. There's more games today that I want to play. I still love this game. Still love it, but there's games ahead of it. And the games I want to play. So, yeah, I've got it down there. That's why it's down there on my uncategorized. Cheap, horrible. Yeah, I'd say horrible game. It was cheap. Fun for a few minutes. Didn't like it after that. It's this type of, from this guy, what's his name? I don't know what his name is. He's a famous Mark Herbo. I don't know what his name is. Mark something. Well, anyway, not really a war game, but a beer and pretzel, cheap 10-minute war game, really. It's cheap. If you look at it, it's like 41 Rand. I bought it just for my channel at the time. Forsaken, I never really played this game, and I haven't given it the due diligence. It looks like a great game. There was some people that didn't like it. There was, I don't know, they didn't give it that great a review, mostly positive. People complained about the combat. I played a little bit of it, but it didn't, I don't think I'll call it up again. Project Hospital is another one. Love management sims. Love them. Might still put this in my favorites, but until I'm finished with my favorites, those are our top games, my favorite games. So this favorite list is my favorite. So I'm not going to replace that with another favorite. But yes, good game. Play it much. I don't know. I thought I'd be more attached to this game when I played it. When I got it and I took down all the DLCs and everything, and I thought I'd be more attached to it, because when you look at if you look at the what's this now? You look at the intricacies, and it's all like this when you play it. All these guys moving around, so I thought I'd love it. I love management sims. I just couldn't get. It didn't grab me. Pike and Shot Campaigns, great game. Great game. You know what the only problem with this, and what irritated me with this game, and why I will not play this game? It's because there's no leaders in this game. Nobody complains about it. Let me tell you something. Leaders in all their games, in all these games from this, what's this company's name? He brought this Byzantine games, where they got Fields of Glory 2, Sudoku, all of those guys have got leaders in them. Leaders. Field Glory 1. I don't know what their design decision was, but they excluded leaders, and leaders are critical to this game, these types of games. Your leaders and ability to different types of leaders, and your ability to use the leaders in combat, whatever. No leaders in this game. I can't believe it. They was an oversight by them. They even wrote in the manual, and nobody complained about it because of that. And they wrote in the manual, oh, there's no leaders in this game. Why were there no leaders? In this one particular game, they had a game before this, Fields of Glory. They've had games afterwards. They had Sudoku. It's all got leaders in them. All got leaders in them. Sindake Jidil, or whatever, there's a Japanese one, which is very similar to Pike and Shot. It's got leaders in it. Why didn't they put leaders in here? I don't know what they oversight. What were they thinking? And the game, what's so irritating is the game is great. They've taken the history. They've got all historical battles. The music is great. Everything in this game is great. Everything in this game is great. I don't want to play any music because, music is copyrighted. I know music. Sorry, man. Let me just go back. This particular game. Oh, there it is. This is brilliant. The artwork, the way they did it, the battles, the historical battles, and historical detail. The campaign was the best campaign they've done. Fields of Glory 2, and all these guys now they've made a shit campaign. This was a great campaign, and Sudoku Jidai also carried on the uniqueness with the campaign. This is the campaign where you fought on a map, and you had to supplies, and you had to refill, and you had to leave troops, and you followed. I don't know what Fields of Glory 2 was thinking of, but they did away with that. Now the campaigns in the system now with Fields of Glory, which has turned me off a lot of Fields of Glory, is it's just like a sequential battle after battle after battle, one, two, and then you end after 15 battles. There's no in-depth RPG elements in the campaign. They just dumbed it down, but not in this one. Not in this, and the Japanese version, the campaign was the best it ever was in this. The best. To what they were thinking. Well, they've got some bright ideas and think like that. The dumber. And nobody complained about it. Nobody complained about it. I don't know what people were thinking. And if you look at the, okay, mostly positive, but it's usually very positive. If you look at that, they were always positive for Pike and Shot. Turn me off this game, no leaders, and no explanation to why. And I just love leaders in this game, and they took it away. So that's one of the reasons it's down here. Pavlov's House, great game. Quirky, quick game, very good game, but I'm really not attached to it. Let me give you an idea. I played it a while on my previous channel. Great game, really great board game, very intuitive, very fast and stuff. But not a game I'd sit now, work out strategies and think of what I'm going to do later. So I got it on the back burner. Patron, I love this game, but I found out as I played this game, it became overly easy. In the beginning, it was hard, and I loved this game, and that's the reason why I bought Farthest Frontier, which is a far better game. It's a more meaty game, and the reason I got it and I played it and I was hooked and I had this idea, and then the game became just too easy. I started making too much money, and I thought, if a game stops being a challenge, it's on its way out. It's on its way out. If you can't make the game a challenge, if they can't tie in the finances. A lot of games you can run away with it. They don't tie the finances. The finances are tight in the beginning, and then suddenly you're making too much money, and you can't. You're making money. Yeah, you're making money. You just Diablo 2 was like I love Diablo 2, great game Diablo 2, but in a certain part in the game, not too far from the beginning, certain part in the game, you just start making too much money. I mean, in Diablo 2, in the third act, I mean, I had R1,000,000. I mean, I was just throwing away money. I could buy the whole store. Now that's the developers not tying money, not making it a game that is like a little bit of resource management. You've got to have a feel when you go there. You can't afford stuff, and you're waiting and you're wishing to get that bit of extra money to buy that extra item. Diablo 2 just after the second act or what, you just had too much money. You could buy any kind of group, any kind of item from the shop. This game was the same. This became too easy, and then the money was just too much. So it stopped being a challenge. So I got it. Path of Exile, I have played a little bit. I haven't installed it. I find there's a better game than Path of Exile. Well, not better, more that suits me. I don't find the graphics great in Path of Exile. They're very plastic. They look plastic. It's too high fidelity. It doesn't look realistic. The units and the characters are very worn out. How can I say? Washed out. If you look at Path of Exile 2, all the characters are this dark brown, washed out look, and the graphics look very plastic, like you're in a plastic place. It's just for me, the graphics are shit. I don't like the graphics. I think they look very plastiny, and they're supposed to be great. And everybody come. I don't think so. I think the graphics are crap. I think they gone a step back in the graphics, and they made. If you look at Grim Dawn, which I've got here, and I mean, it's in my favorites, the graphics are vibrant. The environment is vibrant with colors and whatever, and it's awake, and I know, and it's still a dark setting. Still a dark setting. They've tried to make these graphics. They say, oh, but it's a dark setting. Yes, that's. Let me tell you, Grim Dawn is still a dark setting like this Path of Exile. But the graphics are vibrant, clear, and colorful, and it pops, and you can see everything, and it comes alive. These are very plastic, like in a studio, plastic. It reminds me of when a kid used to make these plastic models, and they would just look plastic. I don't know, plasticine. I don't like the graphics. I don't know why. It's just I don't. But I still will play Path of Exile. I mean, I'm not installed it because of that. I think Red Dawn is better. Yeah. And maybe Path of Exile 2, I'll play it when it comes out of early access. Panzer Corps, I got it, love it, but played this to death. And there's no more novelty for me with this. I've played Panzer Corps to death. I love Panzer Corps. But it's just every time I get into it and I start playing it, I just lose interest. I don't have that next turn feel. Pandora, great game. Great game. I just loved the game when it came out and when I played it and when I took it from Matrix. And I just lost interest in it for some reason. You do that with games, you lose interest. And it's got some. I've got all these games to come, so I'm going to fill in. They're better than Pandora, but I love this game. A great Alpha Centauri game. Future predecessor or follow on to Alpha Centauri. Great game. Great. The ability of the tree. Let me just give you this idea. This is what makes this game stand out. The tree. It hasn't shown it yet, but the tech tree. Technically, it's actually randomized. So you can, each game you play it and you have a different sort of tech tree. The things that were here before. So that's very unique. They did a lot of unique things in this game. Great game. Yeah, just there's better games I've got. Motorsport Manager, I love management sims. So American football, American football, rugby, soccer, love management sims. Love to take a team, from the bottom of the league, on the worst league, and then take it to the championships in 10 years. I love to grow a team. So I took this game. But the problem for me is I don't like motorsport, and that won't stop me playing. That's not a stopper. It's just that this game, there's a little bit you need to learn. I mean, you got to the tires, when to put the tires on, when to put soft tires, hard tires, when the rain is coming, when to change. I don't have that technical ability to understand all that. I don't know anything about motorsport, and then I've got to go read up about it. So I don't love motorsport that much that I want to play. But I have it on the back burner because it's great, and I love management. So I might come back to this. Crap game. Mine industry crap game. I bought a small, cheap, little whatever, raved, got very positive, overwhelming positive, and I don't think it's a great game. I just don't like it. I don't like it. And it must be my personal opinion. It must be. Because look at the overwhelming positive. And I don't like it. And I find a lot of games. You've got to be careful when you pick a game. Sometimes you look and you see, and then you read all the reviews, and the guys are loving it, and you think, hey, this is a good game. I'll like this. You get it down, and it falls flat with you. I don't know. It's a combination of these gurky graphics, and then the little tower defense shooting. And I like tower defenses, but the way they've done it, it's like, I don't like this game. I'll never play this game again. And you got these little machines, and I like little machines. I like games with little combats, little machines, and little parts moving and feeding it with. Just don't like this game. Just don't like this. Don't like it. Maybe I haven't played long enough, but I tried to play it a few times. How long have I spent on it? 22 hours. I spent like 22 hours. No, in 22 hours you like a game. I didn't like it. The same for this Metabellum. Also, thought it'd be great and whatever. Don't like it. Don't like this auto battler where you got to put your very positive, and that's why I bought it. And I thought, hey, I'll take part in this. Those are all the DLCs. They're skin packs. I'll take part in it. It was cheap at the time, and I looked at it, and you look at the pictures of it, and it looks great, and you're fighting. I don't see the strategy and tactics in this. Maybe there is, but you don't handle it. You don't control anything. You're basically putting robots on a field. You're putting them in a formation, and you're picking which robots to put there. And then you let the thing go, and then they fight. The thing fights as auto battle, and then you change it. Then you that didn't work out. You can get some points, and you can buy another thing. And I didn't like it. I didn't see the strategy in it. I don't know. Didn't like it. I didn't like it. These guys crave this. They love this, but I didn't like it. I bought quite a few of this. The Lock and Load Digital. It's basically an abandoned game. Look at when the last update was. They've actually abandoned this game. This is the reason why I'm not keeping it. December, this was the last update in 2023. Now, that's not this year. That's not last year. That's the year before. Last time they were. And there's plenty of stuff that's wrong with this. There's plenty of bunks in this. The AI is also terrible in this. For some reason, the AI is not good. So I bought a couple of DLCs with this. This is the best way to... where's my DLCs? I bought all these DLCs, and I played a fair bit on my previous channel. I don't know. Maybe a little bit complicated and slow. I don't know. This is a board game. I usually love board game conversions to the PC, but this one I didn't like. And there was too many. It was like a cash grab. And then the guys have said, if you look on the store page, the people have complained like this Lock and Load has abandoned this game. It's still early access. When was this thing come out? In 2020. Can you believe it? In 2020, it's 25. It's 5 years, and it's still in early access. And the developers, where the guys have complained here that they've actually, the poor AI, and the guys have basically abandoned the game. They've abandoned the game. They're not updating it anymore. So There's nothing worse that put me off when the guy's just abandoned. I've spent my hard-earned cash on this, and your oaks are not working, and you still have this in early access. Oh, hey, well. So that's the reason. Never played this. This was the same guy that made this. Command. I can't remember. Decisive. No. I'm coming to it. He's got it here. I'll remind you. But this one guy made all these games. I was 2 minutes in this. I'm not interested in this. I got it free as part of a package, and I kept it. I like IBM Escalation, and I love the first IBM, which I've got here. I think there's the first one. Yeah, ICBM. ICBM, I love this game. What a great game. And working through all the tech trees and getting all the tech trees up and running and when to bring in this tech tree. And loved this game. Such an awesome time when I had with AI was pretty good. Here's a problem. With Windows 11, there's some problem with this. In the game, you can't double click and you can't change the name of units. Right, so you can't change it. For some reason, double click doesn't work. And you can't double click like you would normally do. Only for Windows 11. Only for a few of us guys. And they can't fix it. I've given them all the stuff. They've got all the... I'll show you. I know I'm getting on here. I've showed you. There's a whole thread on it. I don't know if I've got it here in the open. It's not here anymore in the open. Anyway, we've got a thread going, and we kept this. It's number 2 now. We sent it through. The guys are basically giving up on us. The problem is the same as the other game that I also bought the other day, which I can't remember. Oh, it's in here. All right. But the thing is, we've placed that. Where is it now? Yes. We've placed a fault for it, and I love this game. This game is great. The second version, they had campaigns, they had operations, they've expanded the troops. You've got now troops on the ground. It's no more just the ICBM shooting. It's just wonderful, love it. But I can't double click on anything. I can't change the names because and the mouse. It's plain. Like if I was going to double click on that. And it's just like this. It doesn't double click. You can't change the names. You can't pick up the units. You can't, and a whole lot of things wrong. It just don't work on our computer, on my computer. And there's a couple of others that have the same problem. For some reason, I think it's a Windows 11 thing. The game doesn't function like it's supposed to function. Everybody else is fine. No, I can't play a game like that. I can't. And I didn't buy the thing. I wish they'd fix it. They haven't. It's been lying there in whatever time. And it does something to my mouse. Whenever I load it up and I try and play the game and I come out, my mouse is moving too quick. It affects my mouse. It's moving too fast and I can't, I've got to reboot my computer to get control of my mouse again. So this game, I can't. And the same, ICBM works beautifully. As far as I haven't tried it on my new computer now. My previous computer worked because it was Windows 10. But since I got Windows 11, I haven't tried it. But I might be the same problem as this escalation. How's that for you, eh? So that I can't play. I mean, I'm not going to play that. I bought the thing, so I didn't, High Fleet, bought it, a recommendation from a whole lot of worth a buy, recommended this, everything, tried to play it, got into it a little bit. But then I found that the developer is somewhere in the Ukraine and he's fighting in a war. He can never get this thing updated, and there's a couple of bugs in it, so I've probably spent 27 minutes on it. Hades, I thought I'd love. Hades was this overwhelming, and maybe I will, overwhelming positive, and I thought, hey, I like these. It's a roguelike, it's a dungeon crawler, and it's great. It's great. Look at the couldn't get into it. Couldn't. I think it's because you have to use you see, I'm used to games where you use the mouse and you don't use this ASDW to move around. And I can't get it. I can't use that thing with my left hand. It just doesn't. I'm not that type of gamer. Diablo, you use your mouse. Grim Dawn, you're using your mouse mainly and some keyboard. There's ASW. And it only works like that. So that sort of put me off. But the game itself, I don't know. I played it there. You see there, 56 an hour. try to get into it. Try to get, you can play it an hour. After an hour whether you're stuck in this game, whether this game has hooked you. You'll know after an hour. Just, I couldn't. Man, Gravity and Tactics, great game. Only problem is, who's going to play this game? One of these guys, I get it, I load it up, try and do it, and then I look at the manual and I look at the interface, and I'm next year. Maybe no, that's up. Because it's going to take, I would load it up now, but I don't want to load up everything now. It's very positive. It's got everything that's going for it. But let me give you an idea here, if I can show you the complexity in this game. It's just off the charts, and it's just too much. Let me just see if I can get, is it there? Is it that one? Maybe, no. They're showing you the easy parts now. Okay, this is when you line it up. This is the complexity when you line it up. That's to the operation. Let me just tell you, it's got the most obtuse interface. You open up and you see a screen like this, man. And then you got and there's so many things you can do, and you got to move and to plot, and then you got a map like this I know I'm exaggerating a bit, but I don't have time, really. I don't have this time at the moment to love this type of game. And I love these wars. This is the Eastern Front is my favorite part of the war game. I just can't. It's too bloody granite to me. It's just the interface is shit, and maybe I'll come back later. This I played a bit. It's a bit like a Panzer General, with interesting mechanics. Nothing really grabbed me. I bought it because it was cheap. Frostpunk I love this game. This was the most favorite game of all, but I've played it. And funny, it's one of the few games that I actually finished. It was so good. I bought this when I got the computer, and I played this non-stop. I actually finished the campaign. And I played a bit of the scenarios last autumn and whatever. Fantastic. But I'm not going to come back to it. I tried it the other day to come back to it, to play it, and I wasn't into it. But when I played it finished. It was a great game. Fantastic. If you ever, but you know what the thing is with these guys is they've learned from Frostpunk 2, because it got such a harsh review that they completely changed the game. They took it away from what it was used to, and they made Frostpunk 2, and nobody really liked it. So now they've come back. They said, we're going to make a Frostpunk 2, but like in the old style. We're going to make another game that's going to be a sequel to this Frostpunk. Because they realized a big mistake from veering away from their player base to this Frostpunk 2, when they should have kept it. They should have improved on Frostpunk. They're two completely different games. So now they're going to come back and make this better. So we're going to come... They're making a Frostpunk 2. It's called 1890 or something. It's not 2, but they're going to make a sequel to this one, because they realized it. All right. But great game, man. Love. If you watch my game with Flashpoint campaigns, Red Storm, play that to death. Love that game. I was pissed off about this game, and that's why this is sitting here. You bought this game. This was the Southern Front. They were going to have the Northern Front, the Central Front, and there were going to be DLCs onto this. Just about a year ago, they decided, bugger that. We're making a completely new game. We're going to throw this Southern Storm away, and we're going to... Now, I spent my money on this. I've devoted my time on it. So I didn't spend me hours on, but I devoted my money. I got the game. Now, and for them to tell me we're going to abandon this whole thing. We're making we've changed our minds. We're making a complete new game. That's when I thought, bugger you. You're off my favorites. I'm not going to play an obsolete game that you're not patching now because you've abandoned it because you're going to go and make a new game, or because of your whims, when you were supposed to have all this as DLCs. That irritated me. That really irritated me. So they're in the back burner. Gone. It's 290 hours, and this is game that I played finished. I finished all the campaigns. I finished all the scenarios. I played this game to death, and I love this game. I don't play it anymore. It's done. I'm not going to go back and replay it. It hasn't really got a replayable fact counter to it because it's all scripted. But I love this game. All right. Fantasy General 2, love Fantasy General. Love Fantasy General, the first one and the second one. The thing is, it's competing with games that I don't have time to finish. I've got to finish all of these games. You know? And also, they've changed it a little bit. It's no more, you don't get a tech tree. It's like you upgrading your individual units. I still liked it. Still want to come back and play it. Maybe if one of these other games falls out of favor, I might bring that one back in. But I do love Fantasy General too. This is a game I thought I'd love. I really thought I would love. This is Empire Undergrowth. I don't like it. It was undergrowth, insects, all kinds of insects, battling with insects, ants, praying mantises, and fighting over territory. I thought I'd love this. And you see, it's overwhelming positive. I didn't. And I bought one of the DLCs. I think I left the other DLC. Yeah, I didn't include this one. I think I bought I don't know if there was another DLC that I bought. But I tried to like this one. I loaded it up and I kind of got involved in it, but I just, I can't picture myself fighting with ants. I mean, hey, it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything important if I've got to sit and fight with ants. It's just, there's a moral issue here. How can you care about fighting with ants? I can't get into it. I just don't like it. So it's overwhelming positive. There's people that like it. I don't. It's personal opinion. Dungeon Keeper 2, just bought this for nostalgic reasons. I played Dungeon Keeper 2 when I was a kid. I had the game just for nostalgic reasons. Never really played it now. Played an hour of it. This is a game I thought I would love because I love Dune 2. I love Dune 2 and I love Dune 3. The Battle for Arrakis, I think it was Dune 3. And I loved those two games. But especially Dune 2. It was my first time I ever played an RTS, and I loved it. And I thought it had the same nostalgia for me to go back to that. Nah, I don't know how these guys made this. Just maybe it's me. And they're patching it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, and it is a good AI and whatever. I think it's too complicated. I don't know. It's got a whole political thing in there. It's got a spice thing. It's got an economy thing, which usually I love in these types of games. But I just I can't immerse myself in this. For some reason, it just falls flat for me. I don't know. Not to say it's a bad game. This game, I usually love RPGs, but I don't like CRPGs. I love action RPGs, ARPGs, not CRPGs. Baldur's Gate, all these, but Divinity Sin, you go along and there's lots of story and lots of character development and lots of stories and talking and lots of dialogue. I don't like that. I just don't like it. And Divinity's, try to get into it, try to whatever. I don't like it. I don't like all the overdone stories and whatever. CRPGs are not my favorite. Destiny World, crap game. I mean, they still rave about it. I don't know how they rave about this game. I can't play this. I mean, in my infinite wisdom, I took this down because I thought I could play it. It'd be great, whatever. I don't know. I couldn't get involved in this. It was cheap anyway because I thought I'd download. So I bought a lot of games I didn't like. Didn't like that. The DEFCON never played this. Never got into this, but I have it. Deep Sky Derelicts. I did play it. I did like it because I got it previously. I bought it from another place. A great game. Only thing is there's bugs in this that freeze this game. You get to certain places in the game freezes. They developed it and then they abandoned it. And it was a great game. Really good RPG elements, but fighting in like they're very much like Space Hulk. Space Hulk 2, I think it was, where you're fighting in these derelict spaceships and you're looking for treasure. You got all these monsters chasing, and this is card driven. Great game. There's nothing wrong with this. It just, for some reason, it just bombs out with me. I mean, there's places, let me just show you the game. You see, its gameplay is like this. It's great, and it's with card-based story, and it's great strategy. Just, it freezes on me, and I don't like that. Decisive Campaigns, Barbarossa, brilliant game. Really good game. I've got it low down on my thing because there's better other games that I like. I don't like the story. I like the War in the East, but I don't like Barbarossa. What I mean is an end product. I mean, I like Barbarossa, and then I like to fight on and go down the war. I don't like it just really, we're going to take, because Barbarossa, the Russians were terrible and the Germans were fantastic. So there's not really a contest in Barbarossa, in the operation itself. So that's why I've left it. I'm not really, but a great game. A great game. A really great game. Taking into account fuel and the personalities between them. Don't let that put you off. This is a one flippin' knocker of a game. Really, really good. Dangerous Waters used to love as a child. Well, younger, in my 20s or late 30s. Loved this when it, just don't like it now. Just love it then. I don't know. It's the old mechanics of the old ways things work and the old moving around. It's a great game, but there's better games available today. Company here is great game. Love companies. I don't like the campaign too much. I don't like the campaign where you're constantly moving on and you're not. Like the campaign just on this game it just goes from one place to the next place, and you're frantically fighting all the people, and you're trying to keep. I don't like that. Don't rush me, man. Just stop it. You can't put a pause there because you can't do anything. I hated the campaign, but the single player skirmish is great. It's great. I might come back and play this. It is a good game, but it's not as good as the ones I have in my wish list, my favorites. Great game, but a bit of abandoned game. Where do you see the last patch? 25th of April. He's still supposed to be bringing out all these other games, and they kind of just left us. Sort of an abandoned game. I used to love the Aegean, the Conquest of the Aegean, which is the Greek invasion. And I remember that was a separate game on its own. And when I bought that, I played that. The editor loved it. I loved that game. The ability to give commands to your troops and let them carry on and do it. I've fallen out of favor with that. I don't know. There's no incentive for me to play this anymore. I don't find it as great as it was. I'm grown past it. But it's a good game. It's a good game if you want. Commander and Tiberian Sons and Cade Scott. Don't play this. I downloaded it because I got it cheap. Both of them, for $20 or something. So I thought I liked, and I never played the later Command and Conquers. I just played the first ones. Never been a fan of this type of game, but I enjoyed it. I did manage to play through the campaign, and it was okay. It was all right. And the graphics were good, and I like a last RTS. So it was a good game, but not my favorite. This game is okay. City Game Studios, I like simulations, management simulations, and all this type of stuff, and I would like this. And this is a great game, City Game Studio. And this guy constantly develops this. But maybe I must try again at some other time to get into it, but I can't now. I've played through a couple of times. I don't know. I mean, he's developing it so fast that every time you got to start again, and then because he's taken this and changed that, and then you play it again, and then he's changed it, and you got to start again. And I find that the developing new products is not so exciting. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to it. Circle Electric, good game if you like this type of game, but I like this. The reason I bought it is because it's got a lot of Darkest Dungeon mechanics in it. So it plays like Darkest Dungeon. If you look at and it's got beautiful graphics, plays like Darkest Dungeon. You've got all your movements. Great, but I could never get into the theme of being in a circus. And I don't know. Usually when I was younger, if I bought this game from a store in 1980, I would have taken it and played it till its death and worked out all this stuff. But there's so many good games out there. No, Cauldrons of War. I was forgetting about. I spoke about these Chinese games. This one Chinese game that I didn't have here. Where was it? Yeah, like Jay's Empire. The same guy that wrote that Chinese War that I said he did Cauldrons of War, Stalingrad, and Barbarossa. Very unique game mechanics. The ability to basically of army combat. A lot of games today you have where you got your units, your brigades, and you move your brigade. This was a game about army combat. It was about high level army combat. Very unique. I liked it at the time. Could never get into the mechanics of it. It was unique. It was different. It's this type of. Let's just see. Yeah, like the maps like that, and then you fought against like abstract. You fought your army here, and you decided whether to retreat and fuel, and then you fought. It was. I found it very abstract. Look, some people loved it. I thought it was okay. It was a filler for me. I wasn't intrigued by it. I like army camp level combat, but done in this way, it was okay. It's not great. I didn't shout over it. This is a great game. This Carrier Battle is a great game. The problem is that there's a problem in the game. The game slows down terribly in the aircraft carriers. When you play the game initially, it's okay. But when you're switching between aircraft carriers in the middle of the game, or the middle of a scenario, this thing slows down to a crawl. The game slows down, and I don't know why. It was the same with my previous PC. I had a i3, which was a slow computer, Windows 10, and it used to slow down. And I thought to myself, you know what? It's the PC, because it says there, and I seem to be the only one that's having. Nobody's complained about this, and I don't know why. It says here. 4 gigs, and you need 512 minimum. I only had a 128 card. So I thought, hey, you know what? That's why, it's slowing down. I can't, whenever you try and change the page, you can change to a new aircraft carrier when I want to swap, and it sits like almost a minute, and it's hanging, and then it's there. And I thought, hey, it must be my PC, man. Don't worry about it. When I get, so I bought a new PC, AMD, 6-core, whatever. Same problem. And you know what, I thought it wouldn't be, and it's the same problem. And I can tell you now, it's not the PCs, because I bought this now new PC, and it's completely different. The same problem, faster PC, same problem, same long slowdown, and nobody else complains about it. I haven't seen the guys that did videos on this, so I don't know where I came with a PC that was so slow, but that's the problem. So I have a problem with that, and it just becomes unplayable. But if they fix that, I'll sort it out. They haven't fixed it. But it's a great game. Really, really good. Caesar 3, nostalgia. Love Caesar 3. Love this early days of gaming. Caesar 3. I mean, this is love it. Still sort of love it today, but you know what? You can't play the old games today. Battletech. Thought I'd love this. Love fighting big hulking battle mechs and whatever. Loved the fact that you could tactical, because I like being in a mech, but I also like being outside a mech and like playing pieces, like chess, and your battle mechs are all these I love this. I don't know. I thought I'd love it. I used to love it as a child. I just didn't love it. You see, it's it shows big 3D, but this is how you fight. It's like tactical, and you've got to the campaign goes through that, and then there's also like you can start a career where you're flying from different planets to planets, and you've got to buy mechs like a mercenary. You've got to upgrade your mechs, and your mechs that get damaged, and you're taking on missions and all that. So it's a brilliant game. The concept behind it is brilliant. I can't. I tried a few times. I can't get in. I can't. The game doesn't grab me. I don't know why. I think it's partly the mechanics of the tactical fights where you zoom up close and then you shoot and then you go back, and I find it so slow. And then you've got to wait, and then this guy you move, and then he shoots, and then I can't. Maybe I'll change. Dawn of Africa, love Dawn of Africa. Good game, very very good game. I played the whole thing through. I didn't play the campaign. There's just better games that I think are out there. Enjoyed the game, finished it. I don't need to play it again. I don't feel a need to go back. Age of History, never really played this. Took it out, played 100 minutes. I must still play it to find out if I like it. I never got to the threshold there. I say, hey, I want this game on my favorites. But sounded like a Crusader Kings Europa 4 hybrid. Working through all the ages, real time. Yeah, good game. I think it's good reviews, mostly positive. But there's more important games. There's more games that I want to play elsewise. Against the Storm, great game. Great game. It would be on my favorites. Would be my favorite for one thing. The game pauses every 2 minutes. The game just stops every 2 minutes and then it goes on. And then I'm playing, and then the game stops. And then it goes on. And it also turns dark. And then it goes on. So there's something wrong with my graphics card, or my graphic card doesn't like it, or it's not processing it properly. So the game's basically that. I'm playing it and I'm loving it and it stops. I'm going to wait. And then it's back again. And then it stops. It irritates me. Irritates me completely. And I've tried a few times, even when they brought in all the latest patches, to maybe chart it again and see if it's nice. But I just can't. Okay, just can't. 911 Operator. I like this game, but there's a better game. There's a game called Operator. I don't know what it's called. Let's just go here. And it's by the same company. They just made an updated game of this, so I won't play anything. This one, Operator 112, is an upgrade of that game. That one. This one is an upgrade. But the problem, I bought this game because I loved it. So basically, let me just get you back. It's an upgrade of this game. So I don't play this because there's a better game. So I bought that game thinking, wow, I got a better game. Problem is I can't download maps. I can't get the maps, real world maps. It doesn't allow me. Getting access denied. I'm on the wrong. So the game's unplayable for me. And yeah, I can, but in that one I can't. Every time I try to get a map from Europe, or I try to get a city from even my own cities, it says the access denied. You're not allowed to. It's drawing them from the internet. So I just, maybe it's my firewall or whatever. So I actually returned that. I refunded it because I couldn't play it. But it's an upgrade of this one. Love this game. This game is great real-time game. Really, really, really great. Putting out fires, police. It's a resource management kind of RTS game where you're getting calls in from people that are calling for help, and you can send your police, and you've got to decide. It's a brilliant game, but it's not playable for me. You understand? So I just left that off, and then the other one I had to give in. All right, I'm going to pause the video, just take a break, and then I'll just have a wee and everything, and I'll come back for my favorites. All right. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it seems like instant that I was gone for about 20 minutes. I just got some tea and just went in, sat a bit. So this keeps like instant when I love this pause function on my recording software. I could just pause it and I go away, do whatever I want, or I open the gate for somebody and I pause again. And when I watch the video, it's instant. It's like I didn't go away at all. So I'm back. All right. So, but I don't want to make this video too long because we're sitting at. Let me give you an idea. We're sitting at where is it? Up here. We're sitting at 1 hour and 43. So I want to tie this up. This is the favorites. I want to get that thing done. We'll spend too long on this, and I know it's going to be long because I'm doing my whole Steam library. Okay, so let's start at the bottom, and we'll work our way up with the favorites, the games I need to play before I die. Just got this game. So I always, when I get a new game, I put it in the favorites. And then play it, and as I play it, I decide, okay, it's not a favorite, and I kick it out. So this is the game I've got. I watched their static player. He's done a good review, and he loves it. It's got good reviews, and I love this type of game, this combat stuff. I love this way they've done this in Orcs. It's from XCOM, same thing. The only thing was I was a bit disappointed. I think XCOM had the sea as well. You're fighting, in this game, you're fighting against alien invasion. And Exonauts 2, is in 2000 and something, 2006, and the first one was in the 70s. So you're fighting against this. So you fly around. Let me just get. Maybe I should have just stayed here. You fly around the world like this, combating. The aliens are landing, and you get information from them, and you can build your base and all this type of stuff, and you fight with like. Okay, where is it now? There's where you're building your base and you can out there. It's brilliant. This is the game I sort of love. This is the game I love. So it's got good reviews, mixed. Well, they had good reviews earlier. It's still in early access, so they're still improving and working on it. The devs are busy with it, so there is some mixed. I don't know. Doomsday. They don't like the Doomsday Clock. I mean, that's just a personal preference. But it's the only thing with this game. There's no sea. The aliens aren't. You would think. I think in XCOM 1 they had the sea, the underwater as well. The aliens were coming and building bases underwater because naturally, if aliens came to the planet, they go underwater. They also build. There's reports of them building bases underwater, and you have to go. But there's no sea part in this. So I'm a little bit disappointed. I haven't given my final judgment on this, but it's there. Same with this WeGo Stalingrad. So far I've played 12 hours and I've been loving it. Really great game. Still haven't given my decider. WeGo. Brilliant. The commands are a bit obtuse, a little bit clunky. Came recently, very new game from Matrix. You go through leading up to the Stalingrad campaign. You also fight in the city. All WeGo. So you move your and I love WeGo because it's so. Let me give you. You move your units, you plot your points, and he plots his, and then you play it out. So in that's very dynamic. It's different from I go, you go. It's dynamic. You can bump into each other. It's. I don't know why games on WeGo. I don't think they can make them as WeGo these days. I think it costs. It's a lot of a big demand. You can't make big games of this. But I love this WeGo system. It's really great, and command's a bit clunky, game's a bit rough on the edges, but otherwise it's been good. Really enjoyed it. And there's only been 4 reviews on it, but I know it's an old game because it's come from Matrix, and they've put it on. I don't know why it hasn't got many more people. It's had 4 reviews. That was a week ago still, so nobody's picked that up. But it's a great game. I'm glad I got it. Love Gladius. Say this again, the AI is pretty good in this game. The diversity, the fact that you can, the research tree is very diverse, a large research tree, and you've got all these DLCs here, like of all the different factions from that game. Like your Draconi, your Adeptus Mechanicus, Adeptus Sororitas, which is assistant, and unique. The factions are completely unique. They play completely differently, and they have completely different mechanics. It's like completely unique. It's not like they're using the same research tree and they got the same units. Gone. Completely unique. Love this game. Really, really good. That's why it's on my. And they're constantly bringing out new DLCs, and the whole mechanics of fighting in the terrain and the different animals. It's a great game. Love this game. All right. Best World War I game ever made, and there's not a lot of them that's ever been made. But this is by Strategic Command. I don't know what this company is. I know the company, but I never. Fury Software. The best World War I game ever made, period. If you want a World War I game, you need to take this game. And I'm not a World War I lover. And that's, having said that, that's the truth. I'm not a World War I lover. You will never see me with World War I. I never watch movies on. I just felt a very static awful. Different here. Great game. Great game. And the AI is pretty good in the game. I think because it's more constrained. And it's more tied to Europe, and you're fighting in a more constrained environment or more constrained place, and it's very static. The AI, with its ability to calculate lots of things at once, is quite good. So that's why I think the AI, it's not a fluid. You don't have the AI circling people. That's so much. So that's what makes the AI a great game. And I even bought the Oh, shit. Where is it? Yeah. The Empires in Turmoil, which covers all the battles, all the scenarios, the ones where the Germans fought in Africa, where they had a fight in Africa. So all the scenarios around the world during the World War One period were covered in that battle. Great game. Great game. Best game on them, even better than the American Civil War that they brought out, and the war in the Pacific, and that. I don't know why. I used to love wars in the Pacific. I used to love the Japanese, playing the Japanese, and in Hearts of Iron 3, I played but I'm not interested in the Pacific anymore, purely because it's a one-sided game. You can't make. I don't know how developers can make it an interesting challenge. When America could fight Japan with their hand behind their back, the Americans didn't sweat over Japan. They completely wiped them out. They fought the Japan with their hands tied behind their back. That's how much they fought them. They normally came in and they had a whole new army in there, and I just out battled them. And to be honest, the Japs weren't great fighters. And I think it was their doctrine. And a lot of people say, oh, the Japs are great. And they weren't. They weren't. They weren't. If you look at the Americans, they were stupid. They used to do bonsai charges with their swords. The officers fought with swords. And they used to do these massive human wave bonsai charges into submarine, into machine guns. The Japs weren't great fighters. They were stupid. They weren't intelligent fighters, and they weren't great soldiers. Even their navy, which was better, was still fighting in an old kamikaze type plane. They went to the Japs were just never a match for America, and yet they made this war in the Pacific, and they try to make it competitive. But how do you make it competitive when the Japs are just so weak? It's just so inferior, and that's the truth, the honest truth. The Americans basically, if you put it honestly, Americans rolled over them, and with their eyes closed. I mean, that's the honest truth. Now, I think in the past, when I used to think of the specific war, play the Japs, I didn't understand it. It's after times of reading it, I didn't understand it. But more I've understood the war, I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play a war game with that. Maybe with their boats, they had decent boats, but their ships, but not their army. The army was just incompetent, nowhere near the Americans. Like I said, bonsai charges into machine guns, night charges. So officers still carry sword. What the fuck, man? Sorry, I swear, but that's the whole thing. The Japs are just way back past in them. They weren't good fighters. They weren't good at the war. Okay, so I went off on a tangent. This is the best World War I game. Sins of the Solar Empire. You can't have a PC without this. I know this is basically an RTS in space, but a damn good one. It's better than any space game you've ever bought. You think of Command and Conquer, which is a great game on the ground, and all these games, StarCraft on the ground. Now you take that, and this is a pure RTS in space, and a great one. Great one. I promise you, I've limited my time in playing this, because every time I load this up and I start playing, 4 or 5 hours just disappears. Just disappears. It's night time. So I've stopped playing this game. I've stopped because of the greatness of this game. Great game. Great game. Intense. AI is good. All the mechanics that they've added into the outdoor sectors, the phenomena, the search tree is also, you constantly making decisions, interesting decisions on what to research, when to research it, your planet upgrades. Just I don't know what 3's like. I bought this because I didn't buy 3, and I think 3 is as good as this, but Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion was a masterpiece. An absolute masterpiece. I stopped playing it. I've limited myself to it. I'm not, because I don't want to load it up, because I know it's 10 hours gone. So I limit myself on that. It's such a good game. Only downside, there's no meaning in the game. You don't feel like you're fighting a war in the east and you're conquering and you're taking over. It's just a game in a vacuum that is great. Okay, Shadow Empire, great game. Great game. So much potential. The developer keeps developing this. with patches. This game was brought out. When did he make this? This is the same guy that made 2020. That's 5 years ago, and he's still patching it today. Same guy that made this Barbarossa guy, and also it's that guy that made Tactics, Advanced Tactics. The same guy that made that. Also, great game. Complicated. I keep it on the beta. I've tried a few times to play it, but every time I open up the manual and I look at what I need to do, I put it back again. There is a DLC coming out. Great game. Great game. What it's you from the setup, the different planets and the different environments and the and what comes when you create a scenario, when you create a game and you've got all these different environments, different gravity, and you've got to fight against the alien invaders and the planet, and kind of like these roguelike games, like futuristic Mad Max games in space. Complicated, and he's constantly upgrading and changing. Great game. That's why it's we'll one day play it. Scourge of War, Gettysburg, love it. Love the Civil War, the American Civil War, love it. Lee, Hood, Stonewall Jackson, Polk, Burnside from the Union side. Love the fight. Love the decisions you got to make, and this specifically, Gettysburg, one of the greatest battles. And the great thing with Gettysburg is it's this type of fight. You actually got troops, and they one-to-one relationships, and you fight the Battle of Gettysburg, and your orders are delayed. You don't just instantly move troops. You've got to send a courier down to that unit over there, and then that takes a delay, and then the courier can get killed, and then he gets an order, and then he must move his troop. He doesn't always do it because they got different emotions and different attributes that they don't always follow your orders, and they might be slow. And I played all of them. They're from Sid Meier's Gettysburg. This is all from Sid Meier. Sid Meier, you know Sid Meier? He started this. Sid Meier's Gettysburg. This real time, move the troops around. Then it went to the, where's that other one here where I was talking to you about earlier? Take Command. And then Scourge of Gettysburg, they took it on further. Great system. Graphics a bit dated but you see the reason the graphics are going to be like this, and here's the reason. Let me see if I can play a video here, just to give you an idea. Let me just see if I don't want to, no, all right, okay. The reason the graphics are a bit dated, I wonder if we can see the graphics here. You see, so the graphics are a bit dated, all right? I'll just open up one here. So, because it's a one-to-one relationship. If you've got 50,000 troops in the field, there's 50,000 oaks you can see here, or 1 to 2. There's almost as many troops on this fight as there was in the real battlefield. How many games you get like that? Love this. Oh, formations, moving the troops, and actually seeing numbers, the amounts of troops that are actually in the battle. You can't beat this. And that's why the polygon count is low, because it just kills systems if they had to represent that whole lot with very fine graphics. But yeah, it's in my favorites. Riftbreaker, love. Tower Defense. I haven't been playing it because the guys are building in co-op, but love Riftbreaker. Being on another planet. Let me just stop this, yeah. There. Oh, no. Being on another planet, tower defense, flying to another planet to develop it, to get specimens, to build a tower, to build towers up so that you could extract the right resources and all the different places on the planet to go, fighting off the local environment. The graphics are just such a great game. If you ever get it, it's worth a buy. Right? I love this game. Regiments, also love it. Love this World War, it's 1970s, Cold War. Okay, real time. Like Warno. It's significantly cheaper than Warno. I don't know why. Warner's expensive. I mean, Warner's like 3 times the price of this. But Warner does the same thing as this. Uh, same thing. World, and both games. I mean, I haven't played Warner, but I've played this, and this is great. This is great. It's just like Warner. I got it half the price. Real time simulation. I wouldn't call it a simulation, but real time RTS, semi simulation, not a thing. Great. You like that? You like those? You're gonna love. You like regiments. It's a great game. Old World, love Old World. Even keep it in the old test. Brilliant mixture of um, Crusader Kings and yeah, and a 4X generous. It's a mixture. It's got Crusader Kings in it. Very unique game the way they've done it with a tech tree. It doesn't go past the I think the Bronze Age, or no, it's past the Bronze Age, but it's not developing a world history. Great game. He's always developing this. It's just so great. He's got a whole ton of expansions, and the graphics in this game I'm telling you, for a 4X game. Let's see if we can get the graphic. Oh yeah, for a 4X game, I can tell you now, the graphics in this game are second to none. This is the best graphics of a 4X I've ever seen, that I've ever enjoyed, was this game. This game's got such good graphics. Yeah, it's a masterpiece, this game, Old World. I just haven't played it enough because I've got all these other games to play, but I want to. New Star, fantastic. Owning your own newspaper company in the early 30s or 20s, and then having to brilliant game. It's in early access. I'm just waiting. It's almost finished. I'm just waiting for it to finish. Deliver a news tower, and one of those. Download the demo. It'll give you a good idea of whether you like it or not. There's a bit here they're going through here. It's basically a tycoon game where you run your own newspaper and you've got all the challenges. You've got to go and get stories. You've got to hire reporters. You've got, and they in the game they almost finished it. They just got to put competitors in and move over to South America. Just have an area in South America where you can. Fantastic game. One of the best games I've ever played. I really love this game. Just waiting for the final update. Jagged Alliance. I love Jagged Alliance 1. Jagged Alliance 2. I played to death. I even played the mod. That mod that was the Jagged Alliance. I can't remember what it was called. That's why I've kept Jagged Alliance here. It's squad based. Sort of like XCOM based, but squad based. Yeah, it's just such a good game. Guys have got skills. They got different rifles that they use. Their skills, where to move them. Turn based, you move them, and then the guy moves them. You fight these little tactical battles. But not only that, you're in charge of you coming to take over an African country. So in this game, you've got a whole lot of you develop the mercenaries. You have you go from region to region as you conquer, and then you can the guys that are fighting against you, they can come in and retake your territory. So it's dynamic, and you've got to train the local militia to defend, and then you fight. Such a good game. Greek Imperium Wars, one of the best games ever made. Such a good game. Let's just say this. Such a damn good game. I never thought so. I'd been leaving this for a long time. I kept looking at it and thinking about it. I'm going to buy this. Look at this guy, and I thought, I don't like these types of graphics. I mean, if you look here, where is it here? If you look here, you see this painting and whatever. It's not. I heard some people say, and LT Games has promoted this. I had some time, and I thought, I'm not gonna. And then I bought the game. I bought all the DLCs that are available, and they're bringing out Barbarian Invasion DLC for late Rome. Oh man, if you played a good game like this is such. Okay, I keep saying such a good game. It's on my favorites, and you know why it's on my favorites. It's that good. Imperator, love Imperator Rome. Bug free, essentially mainly, basically bug free. Great game. And the only team, and you'll see it's got shit. It's got terrible. Look at it. Okay, now it's very positive because they brought in that latest patch. But it was basically abandoned by Paradox. All right. But here's what makes this game great. Let me just show you. Here's what makes it. And if you ever get this, you go to the workshop. This is what you install. You install this, the Imperator Invictus. This game improves the AI. You see here where he said here, vastly improved AI. Improves the AI, changes the decisions, adds flavor, adds more historical events, fixes all the bugs. This Imperator Invictus. You put this mod on, and it just lifts that game. The game's great already. I mean, it's got a very unique system, very unique in terms of the way you recruit soldiers and stuff like that. But it just lifts this game one up above. One of the best ever Paradox games ever made. And nobody will admit it, but I'm telling you, that's a great game. Grim Dawn, love Grim Dawn. Funny enough, with Grim Dawn, I got Grim Dawn over. I actually bought this. Where is it? I've got it here. Furthest Frontier. Because I like these roguelike. I love these like where you settlement out in the wilderness, and they've got to survival settlements kind of thing. I like this sort of thing, and you've got to make your own food and survive against the elements, and so I love that. That's great. It's also I'm going to come, but it was packaged with this, and it was on a special with these two. It was even cheaper if you bought this first one, this Farthest Frontier. Yeah, it would be more expensive than if you bought it. They packaged it in such a way. So I took this Grim Dawn. Not thinking much about it. I love ARPGs. And I didn't play it much. I was concentrating on Farthest Frontier. And then I thought, hey, I read a review on Grim Dawn. And it said, great game. And I watched the store page. And I thought, hey, but yeah, this is not too bad. I mean, I love RPGs. And I thought, okay. So I downloaded the loyalty packs are cosmetic, so I downloaded the two things and I started playing this. It's the only game where you can rotate. It's the only, and this is unique about this, and it changes the game completely. It's the only game where you can rotate the camera 360 degrees. Only ARPG. If you look at Diablo 2, you look at Path of Exile. You can't rotate the character. You can't rotate the environment. You can't rotate it. You can only see it from one perspective. And I forgot. I didn't realize that most RPGs. I don't think any others where you can rotate you can only see it from one set. In this game, you can rotate the character. You can rotate the environment around the character. Changes the game. Changes the game. You'll be able to see certain aspects. I'm constantly changing, rotating to see what I can. And the gameplay itself is just okay. Love it. It's got a very positive. They're bringing out an expansion, which is called Axkavan or something. It's coming out next year. And it's an old game. I mean, this game is like 2016 developed. So it takes relatively small. I mean, it only needs 2 gig of memory and it's 512 card. Those are the minimum scales. So it's in the old. You wouldn't have said it, eh? You wouldn't have said rotatable camera. You can survive. This just. Let me tell you, this is. And I'll be playing it to death. You could dual cast. I'll be playing this on my channel. You understand what it is? Such a good ARPG. Such a good one. War and East 2. My favorite, my love. I love war games. I love war games since I was a child. This is just perfect fit. I'm waiting. They've done a patch now. This is the latest patch, but there is a patch coming. You must watch this. There's a public beta still on public. I haven't switched to public. I've stopped to play it so I can play the other game. There's a patch coming. This is on the beta. And it's been since April. You know, when they make patches, they make these huge. So there's a patch. I'm basically waiting for that patch. The best, most in detailed, strategic, operational combat ever made. War in these two. And the AI's not bad. Don't be fooled by people. These are these guys that play, they're very gamey. They can beat the AI by doing this and by doing that. And they play. These guys that complain about the AI, the AI is pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad. You get these guys that are gamey, they can't build, they want to beat the AI. Yeah, they're not playing from historical perspective. Remember, they're playing from hindsight. AI is good. Great game. Period. The best ever war game ever made. And let me tell you, I didn't play it. I had it on my Steam here for a while. In fact, I didn't buy it because I thought it's just too detailed. And I went to the manual, I looked at the tutorials, and I keep just, I'll do it tomorrow. And I've read through the manual twice. I read the manual, I start getting into it. There's too much here, man. I don't want to, there's too much complexity here. And then finally I read the manual and I started playing the scenarios. And I'm amazed at how wrong I was. How easy it is to get in and how easy it is to play. It's actually not that difficult. Once you start playing it, and you just need to find out certain things here, once you're in, it's not a difficult game to play. The air war is taken care of. It's got an automatic air war, which you can play until, you can leave until on the automatic until you know the game better. But the actual movement of the units, and you find that it's so true to history. I found that in the Leningrad campaign, I can push right up to about half the map. And then suddenly, for some reason, the AI gets, the Russians get tougher and you just run over them. And I thought, Jesus, they put a mechanic in you. But it's not so. If you look at the Germans, the fatigue levels, your troops are fatigued and you're going to rest them and whatever for traveling all those miles, which is true to life. Let me tell you, there's in this game, there's nuances that you could find for the rest of your life and play. And I love that, but I want to play other games too. War in East 2, masterpiece. Football, love American football, love it, love sports games. I didn't like football, FIFA, because every year they bring a new one, and I don't want that. I don't want the fact I'm playing now in this year, and then next year there's a new game and I need to get another game, and then I'm playing that, and then I don't like that. I like a franchise to be every 4 years, like Civ 4 is, man. What is the matter with them? They need to be. So I didn't play that, but I've always enjoyed FIFA, Football Manager. And I had 2008 version. I played that to death. Love American football as a contact sport. Love it. It's a strategic sport. Very strategic. Thinking where to place your runners, where to place your linebackers. Strategic. The different formations and and this game really covers everything. It's a college one. There's no sound in it, but it is such a good game. And I love this game too good. The only thing with this game is, what's put me off it, is the fact that the injuries aren't simulated in the game. Now, there are injuries simulated, but only after the game you get the injury report that this guy was injured. And I think that's a little bit ahistoric, not really historic. It's not realistic. It's not really realistic, and I don't like that part of it. But I've kept it because it's such a great game. Everything about it is such a great. So I love that game. Field of really great game. Love the combat within the game. You don't need that. This game you can play. You play it, and then you can import your when you're fighting a battle. You can import your battle to the Fields of Glory 2 Medieval and fight it out there. Why would you need that? The combat simulator in this game is just as good. I would never fight that. It'd take hours to sit and fight the battle out and whatever. And if you want to, you can, but I think it's a whole waste of time. It's not really a selling point. The combat simulation in this game is top notch. It's auto battle, but it's top notch. You got to make sure you got the right troops in it, and it's an AOG title. It's AGDOD. It's simultaneous, and You got to make sure you got the right troops, the right enemy, the right guys in there, and it's auto battle. It's a brilliant system. It's a brilliant auto battle. But what really makes this stand out is the trade. The trade. The trade is very unique. There's over 400 buildings and trade things in here. The trading system is unique. You've got to actually experience it. It's complicated. It takes a bit of time to understand it. You have an indirect control of the trade, but the trade is so well done. Um, it was the same as Field of Glory Empires. Same thing, but in an advanced level. I'm not going to go through the whole trade. I still don't even understand it myself, but it's great. Okay, great game. Fields of Glory 2, fantastic. Masterpiece. Really, fight any battle from Egyptian times up to 1060 Byzantium times. Any kind of battle. The only shit thing I don't like about this, and I said this in the beginning, is that they got rid of the campaign system they used in Pike and Shot, that earlier campaign system, and now they've replaced it with just sequential battles. So you start a campaign, you have a campaign, and then you fight 7 battles in a row, and there's sometimes where you can leave and there's just no immersion in that. I don't know what they were thinking. They thought that would be an improvement. I think it's a downgrade. If you go and watch the Pike and Shot, the game, and the Sinjoko, the Japanese version, the campaign map is an actual campaign where you've got to supply your troops. You've got to move that. You can move in reinforcements, and you move it on a map. It's so well fleshed out. It's so much better than what they replaced it with. And it's one of the reasons I don't play it as much, because that campaign, it irritates me when I look at that. But anyway, it's a great game. It's really tops. All right. Furthest Frontier, great. Love this game. That's why I bought it. Love it. And this game from these guys that made Grim Dawn. It's funny how they made Grim Dawn and they made this. It's weird. It just shows you. They made 2 completely different games. Where's that? The game called? There's a game called where they. It's a survival city builder. There was a game that brought this out, the producers. I can't remember the game's name now, but it was the old game this now. Fantastic. It's still in early access. They still got to add. I'm waiting for it to finish. They got to add a tech tree and whatever. Great game. Great. Spent many hours on that, and that's why it's my favorites. Hey, what? You can't have this without your EU4, eh? EU4 is just one of the best games ever made. And EU4 as it stands now, there's the EU4, there's the EU5 coming out next year. It'll probably be released next year. I don't know how they're going to improve it. It's the same as Crusader Kings 2. Crusader Kings 3 is out. I haven't played it, but I love Crusader Kings 2. But EU4 more because it's about building nations. And anybody that knows EU or the Paradox games will understand what EU4 is. Masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. I've got 184 hours in it that I've taken away from all these others play this. Such a good game. I got it on a deep discount. I promise you this. I would never buy this, like I said, with Art of Iron. I would never buy that because even on deep discounts, that's over 1,000 Rand. But I got this for 500 Rand. The whole lot. I didn't take the sprite packs, the lessons and all this, but I took all the DLCs and all the content packs, and I got the whole thing for, where was it? They had, it was a ultimate bundle. I got that whole thing for about 500 Rand. Can you believe it? I mean, if you look at all this, even all this is 2,892. That's just the expansions, even on this discount. Somehow I got this 90% discount, and on that ultimate, let me just see if they still this, if it's the same. Let me just see. No, it doesn't tell me. But these were also like 90%. I don't know. I got luck. I got that thing, that whole pack, and it wasn't a question. Where's my card? Let's get this. Paradox for me is just, Paradox. Thank God for Paradox. Love Hearts of Iron 4. Don't like it's too expensive. Stellaris I'd like to get, maybe. But maybe when they're on a deep sale. Not on the sale where you got a 90% off and it's still 2,000 Rand. Victoria. I almost bought Victoria the other day. Love Victoria systems, the whole economic system with the populations, and I love it. And it's the same. This with Imperator Rome, they've incorporated pops in there, which makes the game pop, stand out. That's enough I can say. The masterpiece, that's why it's on my favorites. Love EU4. Door Kickers, there's only one problem with Door Kickers. They missed an opportunity. Their RPG elements is not, and I'm going to specifically play this. Let me see if I can get this in here. Let's see if I can play this, if it'll load up. I should load up. I'm going to just explain why. Oh shit. What happened? Let me just go down. Maybe it's because that's open. Let me just, because I want to show you. Am I still recording? Let me just make sure. Yeah, I'm still recording. Yeah, okay. Where's that Door Kickers? I must just load this up. I don't know why I didn't. There's a problem with Door Kickers. Yeah, there it is. Now I should be able to go in, unless I. Okay, yeah, I'm in. Okay, the problem with Door Kickers is this great game with the missions and all this brilliant game. And let me tell you, I've played this. I've played all the missions. I've played it. I just keep deleting it. I keep resetting it. That's why you see no history. And I've gone and created Alpha 1. Here's the problem. They've skimped. They were lazy on the RPG elements here, and it's downgraded the game a bit. For example, the doctrines, handguns. I mean, they built a whole handgun section for all these rangers, and you never use handguns in this game. There's no reason to. There's no reason in the game to use handguns, or even have handguns. But you've got they built a whole doctrine section on it. So you never use the handguns because you don't use them in the game. Missed opportunity from these guys. Don't need handguns. Another thing is that the weapons here, for example, the best weapon you got. Okay, this is the best weapon. You've been given it straight away. You get points when you fight, but you've been given all these other weapons are not good. Not as good as the. Look. See, you're white, eh? If you watch here, there, you're this, you're that guy. If you look at all the other weapons, none of them are as good as the M16. Not even close. You can take all these weapons. You got to get points for them. Look at that. Look at the accuracy level. Okay, a little bit on the aim speed, but look at the accuracy levels. Look at that, where they've been outclassed. Now there's no real reason, and this here is the most. There's 8 battle points from the campaign for that. Look at what you. Only a little bit there by the aim speed. Only here by the aim speed. So you've got weapons and things in this game that aren't. There's no real reason to use them because you're carrying the best weapon already. I've just found those little quirks they didn't flesh out this thing. They didn't think about it. Another thing is when you're given a marksman here, and there's his. I'm just going to give you sometimes your marksman skills. Okay, here's his marksman skills. Right, the way and this is finite. This is you develop up here. Okay. Nice. He's a marksman. Now you got this guy, the assault guy. Look, he's got huge marksman skills. You've got a guy marksman that's got shit skills. And when you play the game, you put skills, and they seem to only get up to about there, the 10. You can max out them. The only thing different is the campaign part. What I'm trying to say here, and the campaigns, you got everything that you got to unlock. I'm going to get out of here. What I'm trying to say here, see if I'm still recording. What I'm trying to say here is that they missed an opportunity here. The RPG elements is not really well fleshed out. The weapons, the first weapon you get, which is the M16 rifle, is better than most of the weapons on the list. You can see it. It shows you there. Why would you ever take... but the maneuverability is not so great. Make one mark of maneuverability. That's it. That's not enough. They didn't make the weapons individually stand out as being better than each one. There should be reasons why you would use this weapon. reasons why you need to take that weapon. They're not good enough reasons for them in the game. Not good enough reasons to take those weapons. So you're sitting there with that type of thing. The story with the handguns. Well, you never use that tree. They develop a whole tree for handguns. They're giving you that tree. You get to put 1 point. You don't need it. You never use handguns. There's no real reason. They didn't put in the game a reason for you to use handguns. The handguns are weaker. You just take your rifle. You're never using. So you never put points in that. There's all these little discrepancies. They did a great job. Such a good job. So realistic. But they got lazy. They got slack and lazy on the RPG side. That was my opinion. But to show you what a great game it is, I still got it here because it's such a good game. You know, and I'll be playing through it on my channel. It's such a good game. Even despite that, it's such a good game. I just wanted to highlight it. They're not all perfect, but yeah, that's the reason that Darkest Dungeon 2, Darkest Dungeon 1, which I finished, well, I played quite a bit. Two different games. Darkest Dungeon, I just never... It was okay. It just, I don't like this. I like the story of developing a character. One character or two characters. Keeping them for the length of the game. In Darkest Dungeon 1, you're more of a team manager. You got to stop being attached. You got to lose your attachment to heroes because they all die. I don't really like that approach to it. I don't like it. I like the fact of taking guys and developing them. And that's not what Darkest Dungeon was about. Great game though. Darkest Dungeon 2 has more that now of taking it, but it's a completely different game. I still got to play through. I play through most of it. Great game. Okay. Come on, Modern Operations. Man. Complex, realistic, real-world simulator. Combat simulator. The best ever made. The best that'll ever be made. Harpoon on steroids. Forget all Harpoon games. This game, even when you load it up, I don't know, I can. Let me load it up. Even when you load it up, here's the thing. Okay, let's just play it. I'm just going to load it. I'm going to show you. And when they bring out patches, it's like 8 gig. Their patches are not tiny. Such a good game. Just to find the time to play it. But the problem is the manual is like 500 pages. It's such a difficult game. It's such a complex, realistic game. I mean, it's such a good game that here, I just want to give you an idea. Great game. It'll never leave my hard drive. Yeah, they even tell you, am I playing for fun or am I pro? There's a professional version of this. They train people on this. So that's how good this game is. You can buy the pro version. I'm going to just take that. I want to give you an idea. Let's see if I can just run a quick game here. I just want to, because I want to show you. Just show the quick game here. I did say start. I think I got it on start. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. This is it. I've just loaded a quick game. I'm not going to go through it. The database. Every world thing. Look at the write-up. The database, the history, the general data. I mean, sensors, every sensor, and you can go and find out about that sensor. There it is. It tells you about that sensor. Previous. Every sensor, every weapon system, every sparrows. I mean, come on. I've got 3 DLC. The training manuals. I mean, if you look here. Okay, let's just start menu. Let me just give you a start new game. Okay, trading tutorials. This is just on the air flight tutorials, just to get you into the flight. Multi-campaigns. These are all tutorials. This is how deep this game is. Then you got all these other, and then there are other tutorials. You got a fifth to go through all those tutorials. I mean, come on. I've got Northern Inferno. I've got Red Tide. I've got Shifting Sands. I've got Silent Service as well. If you wanna have a look at your standalone scenarios, this is the standard that comes with the game. Hello, Steam. Now, this is a fan-made guys that have made this. It's got to load all those scenarios up. These are all the scenarios that are made by fans, with campaigns as well. Can you make? Well, how long are you going to sit and play on this? And this is all from 1960 and up. I think it's before then. But how long? This is just the fan-made content. Proper scenarios with the description, everything. Look at that. That's the Steam. That's just the. I mean, come on. I'm going to exit out of here. So, yeah. I don't know if it was a game made for our lifetimes. My lifetime is, I don't know, my life is too short to play this game. And I love modern combat. I've got to find time to play it. You're going to touch some parts of it. Combat mission, I love all the combat mission games. Combat mission Shock Force 2, I liked it because it was in the Modern Warfare. Invading Syria, great game. This is also used as a simulator. This is also used by the army to practice and test and whatever. Simulator, not game. Simulator is the key word here. Simulating with your order systems and how the guys fight, the different weapon systems, but a simulator. Hardcore simulator, realistic simulator, no gamey things there. In this, I bought all the British forces, NATO forces, and the Marines. Yeah, I bought all the DLC for this game. It was so expensive, I got it on a deep sale. Once it getting sold out, it's such a good game. Oh, and I've played it quite a bit. I just want to see, what's it now? You get the lot. Yeah, look at that. Even 150 Rand, even on a 50% discount. 249, even on a 50. So this game is well over 1,000 Rand. I got it in deep discount. And I grabbed it straight away. I know what Shock Force 2 is about. Love it. Such a good game. If you ever get a chance, a simulation of modern combat. And the other ones too are also good. I mean, you've got Combat Mission Italy, you've got Combat Mission Normandy, you've got the Second World War. It's all taken over by Slytherin. It was from, these guys were Battlefront, and then Battlefront was sold to Slytherin, and Slytherin's taken over this. I love combat simulations. Love the simulation side of war. Okay, AI War 2. Great game. Great. Can't have this. You can't not have this on your wish list, on your favorites. Great game. One of the best games ever made. Also space game, but fighting against an AI, but not directly. It's an asymmetrical, and the AI in this game. In fact, the AI is so good in this game, if you beat the AI on level 10, the developer considers that to be a bug. A bug. Because you shouldn't beat it on level 10. And it's not cheating. Doesn't get extra resources and anything. This AI is phenomenal. I can tell you now, there's write-ups on this AI. They'll tell you. Let's just go back. This is probably the best AI ever made. Let me just put here AI. Are they not? Yeah. Breaks the rules of grandeur and puts players in the unparalleled strategic depth and great variety of situation make this game an absolute try for. Yeah. It also used to analyze satellite data. AI is so good in this game. The AI, there was a whole big spiel on the AI. I thought I could find it, but it didn't come through yet. Okay, there was a write-up on that. I'm not going to look for it now because I'm just going to get it away. Just trust me. The best AI ever made. I love playing this game purely because it's also a great game. Asymmetrical. You don't fight the AI directly. AI controls the universe, and you with your ships and planes and whatever are a small part of the universe, and you can't let the AI know that you're alive, and you want to slowly take the AI's planets over without letting him know about it. That's the premise of the game. Masterpiece by this guy. He still develops it today. If you look at the game, it was developed in 2019. The guy's still making patches. If I could see, yeah. mod updates. Yeah, yeah. He's still. Is this now? Where's he made this? Forger Empires known as sidekicks. I think it's yeah, like June 22nd of this year. Okay, he's made some of that, but this year he's made patches. This is the latest patch now. It was like in June sometime. This guy constantly patching this game. Such a good day. And so complicated, and so not complicated, but so much replayability in this game. I'm going to play in this channel, show you what it's like. If you get a chance, buy this game. And then finally, on my favorites, Age of Empires 2. I loved it since it came out. I loved the original Age of Empires. It's competitive. There's not people play multiplayer competitive. I'm not really interested in that. Love the diversity of the factions. Love the fact that you can. I took the Rise of Rome, which is the repurposed or re-imaged Age of Empire 1, where you can play with all their factions, all they were originally, but with modern AI, modern conventions, not using those ones when we got them in 1997. And then Age of Empires 2. All the factions unique, worked out, just a great RTS experience and a great RTS. And the campaigns on this thing with the definitive version. This is the definitive version. And the graphics are so beautiful. In the definitive version, the graphics are just outstanding. They've done such a great, and it's what I'd call is a complete RTS, because it's not only got the sea, it's got the land, it's got everything is taken in, and every part of it is important. It's such a good RTS. You can't have a favorites without that in there. And there's so many campaigns in the definitive version. All right, I think I covered most of the points of why I picked, and it's been like, what's the time now? What's it been now? It's been 2.5 hours. I had to cover my whole Steam library. And this is all, and I'm constantly buying games on those criteria. Like I buy like 2 or 3 a month. I shouldn't. I'm trying to limit myself, but I can't. You know, your blood runs to your head, and you're like, gotta have this game. You read about it, you see about it, whatever. And a lot of the stuff that's on my wish list, let me just give you an idea. On my wish list, like Warner, I've kept Warner on my list because there's a good game. But you can't get it for under 50%. It's still 300. Unity come on. I just kept that there. I might still like it later. I made some points where I didn't. It wasn't for me, but I'm trying to like it, and I've got this Unity come on. I'm keeping it there. It might change my mind. I want Fields of Glory 2 Medieval. It's 40% off. We've got it at a cheaper. Not really into the medieval side of war. Medieval, I'm not really into the medieval side, but I love this system, and I love the way they've done it and whatever, and it's improved graphics, and it's all the medieval battles. So when this thing is like 200 rand for all the DLCs, I'll probably buy it. So I'll just keep it there. Songs of Conquest, which is from the I love that, but I haven't. That's still to come. And these are Armored Brigade. I almost bought when it came out. Second, Armored Brigade 2, because it is a decent game. AI is decent in it, and it's a good. I don't think it's a great game. I just don't think. I think that Shock Force 2 is a better game. Kaiser Prank, because I like that. This is a game coming. Distant Worlds, I want to get like to 80% because it's still expensive for me, man. This is like 50, and I don't buy the game without its DLCs. I won't do it. And if you add all the DLCs to it, no, that's not the. I'd have to add all these. Look at this DLC, 10% of 10% of 160 rand still, and I still got to pay I will, but not when it's. Fall of Rome, okay, yeah, it's strategic, great game. Strategos, I'm waiting for this to come through. It's an ancient battle simulator, and it's so well done. So good with the armies and how all the various armies, and it's like a total war game, but better, more realistic. So I'm waiting for this to come. There's the planned release of it. I've got the demo of it. Shadow, this Fall of Rome from the Imperial to Greek Wars, whatever. I'm waiting for that. The Shadow Empire expansion, I'm waiting for. I'm also, this came out. I still didn't buy it because I was a little bit careful because I know I haven't got it. It's complicated and I don't think I'm ever going to play it. And so I've kept it on the back burner. Endless, I would love to get this, but the game doesn't work properly with me. Songs of Conquest, also another one. I don't want to spend this extra money. It's not on my wish list. I liked Trade Tycoon. Interested in Prison Tycoon too. I want to see what that's about. This is a game I watched on American aircraft carriers in the World War II. I'm thinking about it. I'm keeping it on the wish list. Solar Empire 2. Yeah, I still want to get it, but it's got the Rebellion, which I think is a far better game at the moment. U-Boat. I want to try and get that. And Master of Command. I'm looking for. Those are all on my wish list. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I think I covered everything. I think I left stuff out. I'm sure I've left a whole lot of stuff out. I know there's things I didn't mention in the games, but it's too late. You can't mention everything. I think the video is already 2.5 hours. It's a long time. I've gone through everyone, and I'll probably do this type of video maybe every 2 years, just to see my expanded library and what else I've added. But all these games I love. I love the favorites, and then the uncategorized. Yeah. Okay, so please join my channel. Please subscribe and leave your comments and tell me what you think. What's your Steam library like? Is it close to mine, or is it different? Or have you got a different setup or whatever? And what kind of games you like? And let me know for that. All right, I think we're done. Until our next video. This is Sean from Fitz. Good day on you.